And a good Tuesday, everybody. Welcome in. Chase and Big Joe, 1025 The Game. He's Big Joe Dubin. I'm Chase McCabe. Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier on the ones and twos, ready to rock and roll today. It's not icy. It's not cold. We got a little rain that'll melt some of this stuff. So we're happy. We're
Have you
feeling
seen the forecast for this weekend?
like 58, 59,
sunny,
60.
right?
Yeah.
Right. It's going to be nice. 57 and sunny. That's the title of my new book.
Yeah. So no, it'll be good. And I think it'll make me be a little nicer, which is good. I've been a little grumpy lately because of stuff going on, but it'll be good.
I tell you, January is the worst. It's the worst month of the year. Just get through it, and now we're in February. So it feels a little bit better. March is closer. We got some little nice weather on the way. Somebody said in 34 days, on this accurate or not, that the sun will set closer to 7 o'clock. And I don't know if that's true or not, but I know we have daylight savings time in a month, and then the sun sets a little bit later, and so we all love that.
It's getting longer.
That's what she said. Dr. Crane, I need to back up on that. You got it?
I just set you up for that.
He's working on it.
Yeah,
there we go. By the way, I talked to our buddies down in Key West. It feels like temperature in Key West this morning was 44 degrees. And last night, the wind was blowing like 35, 40 miles an hour. So to our friends struggling in Key West, we're thinking about you today.
Yeah, for real. But anyway, excited to be here today. You know what? Let's just dive right in. Hang on, I got to bring this up. How about the Preds down 5-1?
Yeah, right.
And come back and win 6-5 in regulation.
I will tell you, the first period, they were not there. Uninspired, awful. They pulled Saros sometime late in the first or in the second. Terrible. And then made it 5-2. It's 5-3 and 5-4. And you're like, what's going on here? And they won. I'm telling you, it is the most Jekyll and Hyde hockey team that's ever been in Nashville.
I had this weird feeling, like, just because they've had some bad starts, that when they, when they got going, I was like, they're going to come back. I just have a feeling. I didn't know if they were going to come back and win, but I just had a feeling like they're going to make this interesting.
Yeah. What's they should automatically be down 2-0 when you start the game.
Yeah.
Just be down 2-0 and then come back and win. And they won the game last night. It was great. And then watching Stamkos, man, he's coming into his own, man. And I know it was big news yesterday with Trotz stepping down. Nice applause for Barry Trotz last night in the arena. And I thought it was cool. The St. Louis Blues guys were banging their sticks off the board too for Trotz. So well respected. But that's a hell of a win. Now if you can win these next two, Minnesota Wednesday, the Capitals on Thursday, you set yourself up for a return when you come back after the Olympics, where you hit the ice going full speed. You got a shot. And don't get, I know Wyshynski's like, well, you get the playoffs, you play Colorado. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Well, and I think too, we were asking yesterday, why now? Why do you, do this news now? And maybe we know. Maybe part of it is they kind of inspire the team and see if they're going to run. But
why not, right?
Who knows? Some cool news, and we're going to talk about it a little bit more in the next segment, but Geodis Park is set to host 2028 Olympic soccer events. Nashville will be one of 6 cities to feature group stage and knockout matches related to the Los Angeles Summer Games.
I think it's great. It's great for the city. It'd be a lot of fun. I'm not the biggest hockey guy, but Dr. Crane is. But
soccer.
Soccer, hockey. God dang it, soccer. Damn it. But it helps. It puts Nashville on the map, man. I like it. It'll bring some eyeballs here to the city. And then, look, that Geodis Park is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And to have that being in use for the Olympics, I think it's great.
Yeah. So excited about that and what is to come for everything going on in the world.
How's the remote working for you?
It's hanging in there.
You got it.
What is our question of the day?
All right, so I like this. So the Super Bowl is on Sunday. Patriots for the Seahawks. So, folks, we need your help today. We're going to do it two parts this week, but today we're doing the defense. I need you to give me an all-time Tennessee Titans team that you will put in the Super Bowl on Sunday versus the Seahawks, AFC, NFC. I need you to give me 11 starters on defense. They had to have played in Tennessee for 1 year, not in Houston, in Tennessee. I need Titans players. Give me your best 11 on defense that you would put in the Super Bowl on Sunday. It could be one. You could just give us a defensive end, linebacker, safety, but a starting 11.
So it can be just like a all-star team.
Yeah, all-star team, but not like the 25-year-old. Who you think would be good in the Super Bowl on Sunday versus the Seahawks?
But just defense? No offense?
We'll do offense later in the week.
Okay.
Offense we'll do on Friday.
Okay.
Today we'll just do defense. We'll get the defense out of the way, but you can text and say, like a unanimous vote's going to be Javon Curse, right?
Sure.
But what about linebackers? What about interior linemen? What about the other defensive end? What about the safety? What about the corners? Give me your best 11. You don't have to give me all 11. You give me one player or two players that you would put on the field Sunday in the Super Bowl versus the Seahawks. 615-737-1025. We'll have fun with this.
Yeah, and our question of the day, this is a good question of the day. Our question of the day is presented by Aries Tactical. Your safety, your skill. Your Aries Tactical, first-time shooter, shoot for free. Just tell them that I, Chase McCabe, sent you. Check them out at ariestactical.com, and you can call 615-737-1025. Our phone and text line driven by WilsonCountyHonda.com. All right, up front, obviously, I'm going to have Curse on the outside. I'm going to have Simmons in the middle. I think you put Big Jeff in with some pass rush.
Who goes with Big Jeff?
Big Al.
Could you imagine?
Big Jeff, Big Al. So how I would go 4-3.
Okay.
Curse on one end, Big Jeff, Big Al in the middle, KVB on the other.
All day long.
Linebackers.
This is tough.
Bullock. I mean, Keith is in there. I guess more to the outside. You know who I might put in the middle? Randall Godfrey.
Not bad. There's not a lot of linebackers in this franchise. They've been in Nashville.
I mean, do you count Landry?
I wouldn't.
He's more of an edge rusher.
He's more of an edge rusher. Yes, correct. But could be anybody. I mean, could. This
linebackers is definitely tough. I
mean,
Peter Sermon is a good one.
Not a lot of
Stephen Tulloch. Who is the? I'll tell you one. The dude that came from Indy, David Thornton.
David Thornton.
Yeah, I'll put him in there.
Okay.
Safeties, Byard.
Wait. You only gave me two backers. Wait, you get Godfrey, Bullock, and Thornton.
Oh, I need one more. Yeah, Godfrey, Bullock, Thornton.
All right.
It's safeties. I'm gonna go Byard and Chris Hope. Maybe.
Okay. This is your team.
Corners. I'll go. Man, this one's tough too.
Now you got to put them. I need these guys in the Super Bowl on Sunday. Your corners.
Finnegan.
All right.
Because I know he'll piss somebody off and make a play. And then
you're leaving out one good corner.
Samari Roll.
There you go. That's it. That's a good 11. But that's your 11. So we want to hear from everybody else's 11 that you would put on the field Sunday in the Super Bowl. Who was the linebacker that got hurt from Miami that was in the 2011 draft? He finally hurt his knee and he had to step out. Forget his name.
I don't remember.
God, Ricky,
2011.
He was the drafted linebacker at the University of Miami, and he intercepted a pass in preseason, had a pick six.
Colin McCarthy?
Colin McCarthy. Colin McCarthy was a great linebacker. He just could not stay healthy.
Yeah.
Could not stay healthy at all. But he was good. I mean, he was really, really good at Miami, showing good flashes here, just couldn't stay healthy. I like Colin McCarthy a lot. And we'll run across some of these players on defense that we've forgotten about throughout the years to put in there. Like Tony Brown. I mean, the 07-08 team, he was great inside. But he's going to get bounced out from Simmons and Hainsworth. It just happens. Yeah. But he was a hell of a player. But unanimous. I mean, you give me Big Al and Jeff in the middle. Good Lord.
Yeah, like, how are you going to run on that?
You're not. I mean, you can't.
Man, this is a fun question. So Michael Madison says, need Mr. Monday Night. Absolutely.
Yep.
2438 says the 2001 to 2003 Titans defense, especially with the freak Javon Curse. 2104 Bowden at linebacker.
Joe Bowden. Yep.
I don't remember him.
Joe Bow Down. Yep. Him and Eddie Robinson were really good.
Marcus, where was Marcus? Was he a safety?
He was.
Yeah, he's not bad. Johnny in Hendersonville for linebacker. I was going to say either Godfrey or Will Witherspoon. That's a good one. But Godfrey was a beast.
Yep. And then they wanted him to redo his contract, and he did it, and then they cut him. And he was so mad at Fisher.
Robert says Kyle Vanden Bosch, Albert Curse, Mike Griffin in his prime, Bullock, Stephen Tulloch, and I'll go with Byard and Samari Roll and Finnegan.
Pretty good. That's really good. You know, it's funny.
Add Simmons to the D line.
In all this, I forgot about Byard.
Yeah,
because I was going back to the early times.
I mean, here's it. Well, okay, can I? This is tough because this is a good one. 4859. What about Blaine Bishop? I might take Chris Hope out and put Blaine in. Blaine and Byard.
Pretty good.
Blaine's going to knock your head off, and Byard's going to intercept a pass.
He's all around the football every time. Yeah. So there. I mean, if you want to text in one guy that you want to see, that's fine. You can text in 11. Let me ask you this though: who's the defensive coordinator?
That's also a really good question.
Who was it in 19 when they went to the AFC Championship? Was it Dean Pease in 19?
It was Dean Pease. You know what? I think a lot of people are going to say one answer, but I'm going to say this one. Jim Schwartz. I mean, I know he learned a lot from Greg Williams, but I want Schwartzy.
It's pretty good. Corralling that 07-08 defense.
Yep, I'll take Schwartzy.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I think that could be good. Oh, do you put special teams kind of with defense?
That's we'll get that later on. Okay. We'll do something different on that.
Because I got some thoughts on special teams.
Long snapper, Kenny Amato.
I mean, I'll go ahead and tell you right now. I'm going to say Kenny Amato, kicker, the late great Rob Baronis. Punter, I'll take Hendrick and Holder. Returners, I'll take 2. Pac-Man and D-Mace.
God, I didn't even think about Pac-Man. I was like, you're going to say DK or Mariani?
Man, that's tough.
I mean, he did set a record.
Yeah.
But I would tell you
what? I'll take D-Mace out because he's going to be a receiver, and I'll put DK and Pac-Man.
All right. I would tell you when Pac-Man returned that punt in 05 when he came back from suspension against the Texans and that crowd went crazy. I mean, he was dynamic and electric. Too bad he was just
people are saying
awful person.
At corner Pac-Man.
Nah, he wouldn't.
I don't think so.
No. But that's it. We'll have fun with that throughout the show today.
All right, coming up next, it came out this morning. Geodis Park is going to host Olympic soccer events in 2028, and we will talk more about that coming up next here on Chasing Big Joe 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5, the game on this Tuesday. Some news coming out today that in 2028, our city is going to host some Olympic soccer events at Geodis Park. And to talk more about that, we say hello to Lindsey Paola. She is the Chief Business Officer with Nashville SC and over at Geodis Park. Lindsey, good morning. How you doing?
Morning. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, I guess it's afternoon now. That's my bad. But anyway, thanks.
Yeah, afternoon.
Thanks so much for joining us. How excited are you all to, I know this has probably been worked on for a while, but to finally announce this, that there's going to be some Olympic soccer in Nashville at Geodis Park in 2028?
I have had such a hard time keeping this secret. I've known it for months, and it's been a real struggle. So I'm so excited that we got to share it with the world today. It's huge for Nashville. We're so excited here.
What does it say, though, not only about Nashville, but the job that you all have done with Nashville SC, making this such a known brand and Geodis Park and making it a destination that events like this want to come to?
Yeah, I mean, we've worked so hard. Our team here is phenomenal. I could brag on them all day long, but I will spare you that time. Hosting the Club World Cup last year, global tournament, that was significant. I think that really kind of put us on the map. And then we had, of course, the Leagues Cup final before that, epic match with Inter Miami. And then even just the city has done so much in the past few years. Nashville is definitely, it's a music city, but also it's a sports city. And this really highlights that.
Lindsey, when it comes to, you talk about brand exposure, and obviously this being the biggest soccer-specific stadium in North America, and now having the Olympics in the United States for 2028, with this being on the cards, you look at, you're talking about the brand exposure with Nashville SC, but what about the, I guess, brand exposure now with BJ Callahan as the head coach with Nashville SC? How does that help with looking at roster construction and also just Nashville as a whole?
I think it probably is great for players that we might scout at some point to see that this venue is such a world-class venue. It's hosting these international FIFA matches, the Olympics. I mean, it doesn't get any bigger than that. And that's part of the reason that we keep drawing this. The women's national team is coming in March. This just helps us get players to this market. And with BJ being a former U.S. men's national team assistant coach, I mean, it really just, all of that narrative, like, it goes together so well. It's one big circle, and it really highlights how amazing our venue is and how awesome our team is and the city. Clearly, I'm very excited. I hope that comes across.
It does. Lindsey, hi, this is Joe. Listen, I think the bigger story here is this is Nashville. How did you keep a secret for so long? Nobody keeps secrets in this town.
Well, there is a little, I don't know if you ever looked at my background, but I used to work in the federal government, and I had a security clearance. So it was my job for many years to keep secrets. So it trained me well for this secret. That's how I was able to keep quiet for so long.
Oh, I love it. This morning when I'm looking, I saw you on Fox 17 this morning. You did a great job. Then I'm reading all the, the headlines around the country, and then have Nashville mentioned in the Olympics. I mean, this is fantastic. When you woke up this morning and knew the news was going to be out, what kind of feeling was that for you?
Oh, I was literally refreshing our page, waiting for the minute it was public so then I could tell everybody. I was so excited. I used to dream of being a figure skater in the Winter Olympics. That never happened. So this is about as close as I get to being involved with the Olympics. And again, like, huge for our team. They've worked so hard on getting the bid details together. And so I'm just over the moon excited and so happy I don't have to keep it quiet anymore.
Yeah, that's the best part. What's the next step now for you guys over there?
We've got a lot of work to do behind the scenes to get details and documents and drawings and renderings to the LA committee, but then they'll work on coming up with the match schedule. The tickets go on sale in April through the LA folks. And so we'll just wait to hear how many matches we have. We don't know what combination it will be, if it's men, women, both. I'm assuming it's both, but we don't know those details yet. So that's kind of the big step that's coming up next.
Lindsey, when it came down to the selection process of where to play these games, did field turf come to a conclusion to all this? I know FIFA has regulations of players don't like to play on artificial turf, but Nashville is one of those places where you can play on, regular grass. Did that play a factor into this?
I wasn't on the committee, obviously, that did the selection, so I don't know for sure, but I would guess that us having the largest soccer-specific stadium is really what kind of drew them to Nashville, but also Southern hospitality, the fact that we've hosted massive FIFA Club World Cup matches, all of that together is probably what's put us over the edge in being selected.
Lindsey, shifting gears here. I mean, it's hard to believe that we're so close to the season getting underway against Ottawa. I mean, how excited are you all to have the season right around the corner?
Super excited. And I think our team would say, obviously what happened in Nashville last week was extremely challenging for the city. Our thoughts are with those who are still impacted, those who were impacted. But our team did keep training, and so they trained throughout the cold, and I think that will prepare them well for Ottawa.
And it's great that it's all coming back together. Lindsey, the Olympic thing, how long was this a process for? Was it a year? Did you put a bid in a year and a half ago? How long to have this all come together?
Major League Soccer, Soccer United Marketing had been working on it, I think. We didn't get looped in until about July, so we've been working on it since then.
Well, I think it's awesome for the city. I know you're busy and everything, but really thank you for doing this. I think it's great for the city. I think the stadium is beautiful. What you guys done for our city and for Middle Tennessee is wonderful. And I know it's a crazy day, but what a fun day, and way to go over there for you guys.
We appreciate it. It's so much fun, and I appreciate the time, and thank you for sharing the message about how great this is for Nashville.
Absolutely. Lindsey, have a good one. Thank you.
Thank you. You too.
Lindsey Paola, the Chief Business Officer with Nashville SC and Geodis Park. And again, Geodis Park will host Olympic soccer events in 2028.
So in 1988, former Mayor Richard Fulton put out there that Nashville should bid for Olympics. Everybody laughed at him. I mean, I remember I was 20 years old, 19 years old. Everybody laughed at Richard Fulton, the former mayor, for doing that. What happened in 1996?
Atlanta
got the Olympics, right? So forward thinking like that, like, oh, you're crazy. And now we got an Olympic event coming to Nashville over there at Wedgwood, Houston area. I mean, it's amazing to see this. So it's a great thing for the city. And of course, Nashville SC starts. When's the first home game there, Dr. Crane?
Coming up in February.
This is
what, end of February, excuse me. Sorry.
It is
21st.
Yeah, against New England.
Oh, yeah. Let's take him down. Is Vrabel coming for that one?
Yeah.
Last year they opened up with New England as well. So that was,
Okay. So they go to Ottawa. Is that a regular season game against Ottawa? Or is that a
CONCACAF
friendly?
Champions Cup?
It's CONCACAF.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're in more competitions this year. They're not in the U.S. Open Cup. They're in the CONCACAF Champions Cup, the Leagues Cup, and then the regular league play.
So we're going to need you to explain this again. So this is not MLS.
Yes, it's MLS to open the season, and then they have miniature tournaments inside of the regular season.
God,
Just
so
like
confusing.
the U.S. Open Cup, count this as on steroids. They're in 2 other tournaments now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this
CONCACAF?
good?
I know CONCACAF's a big deal.
Yeah.
Like that's a really big deal.
It's the Champions League of North America.
All right. You
So-
ready to go? You ready for the season?
Yeah, I'm prepared. Got all my notes ready to go, man.
This team got a shot?
Yeah, this is definitely a new era. Let's put it that way. Like, last year they said Nashville SC 2.0. This would be 2.1 and a half. They grabbed a lot of players to bring in. This year is the time where they can capitalize on bringing in the young guys and try to, make a lot of versatility actions go forward.
You have me with our question of the day of all you can do a starting 11 for the Titans on defense that you think could go and beat Seattle.
Yep. AFC, NFC battle.
in the Super Bowl.
Right.
You now have me making an all 53 all time.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not getting into that, but
it's fun, but it's difficult.
it is. Wait till we do the offense on Friday.
Well, I'm starting with the offense, and I mean it's tough.
So as I said to
The O line is, well, one half of the O line is difficult.
But today we're doing the Titans 11, not the all-time Titans team, who you would put 11, start 11 in the Super Bowl on Sunday. I mean, it's unanimous pretty much with Javon Curse at one end, and the other end, I mean, it's got to be Van den Bosch.
Yeah.
It's got, I mean, I don't know who else you would put there, right?
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'd put KV. I'd have Curse on one end, KVB on the other, with Big Jeff and Big Al in the middle.
You're not getting a yard. You're not getting anywhere
And
else.
Jim Washburn is the D-line coach.
Oh my God. I can hear him cussing now. I told you Jim Washburn's the only coach I've ever heard make a professional athlete cry.
Yeah.
Hey,
The late Jesse Mahalona.
rest in peace. I mean, he had him on the field crying, and Washburn walked over and said to us, "Don't put that on tape."
Yeah.
So we're not, coach. He's like, "No, this is a moment. It's a learning moment." Yes,
Yep.
sir. You know, Washburn's so well respected.
Oh,
so
I mean, his interviews are
they were,
fun.
Now the problem, I mean, you're going to have to like corner. I think Samari Roll is your one of the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Finnegan, you know, I mean, I like it, but I'm searching. That might be another corner. But I'm definite on the backside with Blaine Bishop and Byard. I'm taking those two all day long. I mean, I think we forget how good Blaine Bishop really was.
Oh yeah,
because most of that,
man,
most of that was with the Oilers from 93 to 96, and then 97, 98 in Memphis and at Vanderbilt. But the 3 years he was here, 99, 2000, 01, I mean, he was, and Buddy Ryan is the one who drafted Blaine Bishop. He's the one that said, I want Blaine Bishop, because it was the 7th or 8th round, whatever. Yeah. Said, I want this guy to Ball State. This guy hits. He hits people. And that's where they got him. So I'm going Byard and Blaine on the backside.
Yeah. No, I like that. And then who did you say in corner?
I don't know yet. Samari's at one. I don't know who the corner. I'm trying to figure out who that is.
Okay. So you got Finnegan. Who are some other?
Nick Harper was one.
Harper's good. Alteron Werner. He had a good few years here. I feel like I'm forgetting a
who are the corners on the 19? Yeah, right. On the 19 team. That's the default from recent to go back to those guys. I mean, I know L'Jarius Sneed's not going to make it.
No, I don't think he's going to make it.
Logan
Ryan, Adoree Jackson.
I ain't taking Logan Ryan. No, personal reasons.
He was good. So I mean, here. Oh man.
But Logan Ryan, he was so slow. He got switched to the nickel corner.
We're forgetting a pretty big D lineman, and I don't know where we put him. Jarrell Casey.
He's not over Simmons.
I don't think he is either.
He's not. I mean, we got to leave guys out of this. I need your best 11 on defense to go after the Seahawks on Sunday, and I'm taking Simmons and Hainsworth. I'm watching Hainsworth 06, 07, 08. When he came back from stomping on Gerard's head in 07 and 08, there was not a more dominating lineman in football than Albert Hainsworth.
I would agree.
So, I mean, Casey is fantastic, great player, but I'm taking Hainsworth and Simmons.
615-737-1025. Coming up next, Robert Saleh has added yet another intriguing name to his coaching staff.
And I'm confused by this.
We will discuss coming up next. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5, the game here on this Tuesday, Little American Pie, bringing us back. The Titans continue to fill out their coaching staff under new head coach Robert Saleh, and we know about the offensive staff. Brian Daboll will come in as the offensive coordinator. He's bringing Shea Tierney in with him to be the quarterback's coach, who was with him with the Giants. And then Randy Jordan remains as the running backs coach. Luke Stalker stays as tight ends. They brought in Carmen Brasillo as the offensive line coach, which I'm happy about because I have no idea who he is. I did not want an offensive line coach that I had to listen to people say was a guru and knew all this
Say
stuff.
his name again?
Cameron Brasillo?
Hey,
or Carmen. I'm sorry.
yeah.
Carmen Brasillo.
Pisano right there, Nikki.
Greg Lewis leaves Baltimore and comes here as the wide receivers coach. So that's where they are now.
Okay.
Defensively, we knew when Saleh was hired, he had said he would basically call defensive plays.
Yep.
But now the news comes out last night that they have signed Gus Bradley to be the defensive coordinator, who was with him in San Francisco as the assistant head coach, was a former head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Uh-huh.
So you now have 3, technically 4 former head coaches on the staff. Saleh, Daboll, Bradley, and then John Fossil was the interim coach when Jeff Fisher was fired with the Rams.
Here's my problem. Who's calling the defense?
We're going to probably find out. Maybe this changes things. Maybe if you knew you could
okay, I got to know this because if Saleh's calling the defense, then Gus Bradley is not. We did this before.
Okay.
He's not defensive coordinator because you're not calling a play.
Okay.
So let's stop this.
Well, no, we don't know yet.
Yeah, I know.
Because it's not official yet. So
I
we don't know yet.
Clarify.
So my guess is that when Gus said, hey, I'll come with you, now he was he had the title of associate head coach, I think, with San Francisco. And, Robert called the defense. So maybe, I don't know, maybe Gus will call the defense. But
I need to know because I'm not doing this again.
But we also had this discussion. Defense is a little bit different. And I don't hate having yet another head coach as an assistant.
That's
on the
fine.
roster.
I got no problem with that. But don't clarify with me. We did this with Nick Holes when we went through all this about you're not calling a defensive coordinator calls plays, right? So if Gus Bradley's coming in here, don't call him a coordinator because he's not calling plays. This should not be very hard to understand going forward, and I'm fine with it.
Did you steal my pen?
I had 3 over here that aren't working. You got like 2 over there.
Well, I had a reason for it. So I was doing color coding things, but no, that's fine. You do you.
Do you really color code when you're doing all these charts like this? Brilliant. I mine's just a big mess of humanity.
Yeah.
But
no. So we'll have to wait once the official announcement comes out. What does that mean? Because again, I think our understanding was that Saleh was going to call plays. Aaron Whitecotton joins as the defensive line / run game coordinator. I believe he was with the Cowboys. They still need a linebackers coach, both inside and outside. Tony Oden remains from the former staff as passing game coordinator and cornerbacks. And Marquand Manuel joins as safeties.
I'm so sick of these stupid ass titles. Passing game coordinator, run game coordinator. It's all to add. Example. We've been watching the Rise of the 49ers series on AMC, right? So I did a deep dive through the entire 1980 San Francisco 49er coaching staff. You know how many run game coordinators and passing game coordinators and co-coordinators they had on those teams? Zero, not a one. So we started adding these little cute titles. So, hey, so-and-so, he's the passing game coordinator. That means it's just another mindless voice in the room blabbering. Right? Let's stop with these titles.
Well, I mean, can you at least wait for them to get this stuff official first?
But it's not them, but it's a lot of teams are like, he's the co-passing coordinator. Well, what does that mean? Yeah. Well, we should throw the ball. Okay, yeah. All right, good job. Good call there, buddy. You got the call. Let's stop doing this nonsense. You got a coordinator, offensive, defense. Yeah, these other guys have input, but in the heat of the battle, it's the coordinator making that call at the time.
But do you not we can argue about titles all you want because you were right on the Callahan stuff. But on defense, since he's the head coach and he's calling the plays, I mean, do you not agree having Gus Bradley in the booth
I'm good.
as like, hey,
No problem.
Hey, coach, what I'm seeing, let's go zip right, whatever, and kind of calling that down, and then ultimately Saleh decides, hey, I'm going to call this player. Nah, I got a good feeling about this play.
I have no problem with that.
Because I feel like that's probably what it's going to be.
Yeah,
and
Gus, what are you seeing?
And in those situations,
right?
I mean, I like I'm with you 100% on offense. That that's how it needs to be. On defense, I think it's a little bit different. And Jeff Fisher talked about that last week. Of when I kind of said that, he goes, "You are correct. It's very different from the defensive side of the head coach calling plays and whatnot."
I have, if Gus is his guy, they can bounce things off of. They talk about it, formations, what he's seeing, what's going on there, while Robert Saleh is paying attention to the game. I got no problem. I think Saleh is an experienced coach in that manner, where Brian Callahan had no idea. By the way, Brian Callahan was up for offensive coordinator of the Giants, did not get that job. You know who got the job?
Who?
Matt Nagy.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Matt Nagy
will be the OC of the New York Giants.
So Denard Wilson and Matt Nagy.
Oh, wow. Right. Yeah.
Those are the coordinators.
Hitting up there, getting it done. Yeah. So good luck. So take care, Matt Nagy. But no, I think Gus Bradley's another great voice to put in there. And now you got several voices, and I think he's building a nice coaching staff. Get some players.
He's got a lot of experience.
Yeah.
A lot of experience.
Right.
I mean, both your coordinators are former head coaches. He's been a former head coach. You got your special teams coordinator that was an interim head coach and is the son of a former head coach and has worked with some good head coaches. And I forget that Raina Stewart's one of his assistants was a former Tennessee Oiler.
So I'm going to Gus Bradley. Where was he on that Seahawks team in 13?
No,
he was not.
He was. Yeah, because that's when he took the Jags job.
Yep.
He was with he was the defensive coordinator for the Seahawks 09 to 12. Then the Jags, because Dan Quinn took over for him.
That's right. Yep.
Then the Jags, then the Chargers as the defensive coordinator, Raiders for a year as DC, Colts, 49ers, now here.
He was recommended, Gus Bradley, to become the defensive coordinator for the Seahawks by his mentor, Monty Kiffin. So
that ain't because he was the linebackers coach under Kiffin 06 to 08.
And his record at Jacksonville wasn't very good as a head coach.
A lot of people can say that.
Right. 14-48, which has no reflection on him as a coordinator, I don't think.
No.
Gotta have players.
Well, and wasn't he the head coach when Shad Khan bought the team and cleaned house?
Maybe.
I don't know, Jackson. If you can name all Jacksonville Jaguars head coaches, you deserve like a beach vacation. Because I mean, they've been around since '95, and I think they've had 30 of them.
Coughlin was there for a while.
Del Rio was there for a while. Now I'm just curious of this. Let's see how many you can name. So you named Tom Coughlin was the first one. Jack Del Rio was the second one. Do you know who the third coach was? Because you should.
Oh, gosh. Urban Meyer was one.
Yep.
Liam Cohen, Doug Peterson, Coughlin, Jack Del Rio, Gus Bradley. I don't.
This one is in between Del Rio and Bradley.
Oh, Malarkey.
Mike Malarkey, 1 year.
1 year. So that's 7 that I
after Gus Bradley.
Would have been because they went to the AFC Championship game in 17.
Under this guy.
I don't remember.
Doug Marrone.
Boots Donnelly's son-in-law.
Yep. Urban Meyer.
1 year.
And then Peterson and then Liam Cohen.
Peterson.
So they haven't had as many as I thought.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Now they're rolling, man. Liam Cohen looking good.
I mean, Doug Peterson looked good, for a year.
Yeah, it just went south down there. I mean, in 22, they had a good team. They made the playoffs and beat the Chargers, and the Chiefs beat them next round. So I think you got some football guys here. You got some football guys here with Bradley and Dayball and the guys you named off. I think it's good. I think the team's going the right direction. reading about Salah last week, and everybody, the national guys, seem to think that's good, and women think that's good hire and going forward of what the team has been. And just forget about the past. Now you go forward and see what you can do. That's all you could do now.
615-737-1025 is our phone and text line, driven by WilsonCountyHoney.com. Chasing Big Joe, presented by the Omni Nashville Hotel. We'll have more coming next on 1025 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, broadcasting from the Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Game Nashville studios, home of the $99 yearly Beehive membership, where the buzz is always about great service. Dr. Crane doing a great job behind the glass. I tell you what, Dr. Crane, at the end of this segment, we're going to give away some rugby tickets. So how about that? We'll do that. I'd say come up with a trivia question, but I'm not sure anyone would know.
I think 99% of the listenership would not even get the answer, so we're good.
How much if you score a touchdown in rugby?
A try.
I try.
Yep.
So that 3 points?
4 points.
4 points.
I was laughing last night because I was watching Friends, and there was an episode where Ross is dating, her name is Emily, and she's from England, and he gets talked into playing rugby and just like gets his ass kicked.
Right.
but it's pretty funny.
I saw a crazy stat, Dr. Crane, on rugby about concussions. Like they're almost zero.
Yeah, they don't lead with the head.
Because you're taught early on, do not lead with your head. I mean, there's a few here and there, obviously, like anything else, but no concussions for the most part.
Yeah, there's a lot of upright tackling, which is a good thing to do, especially when you go to like rugby union. There's a lot more scrums, so it's like less prevention of concussions. But then you have rugby league, which is a little bit more contact. That's where you kind of see more of your concussions come forward.
Stupid question. They have quarters in rugby?
Halves. So in rugby league, it is 2 40-minute halves. I believe in rugby union.
Good Lord.
Rugby union is a little longer. It depends on the league. I think like 45 to 50 minutes.
You get timeouts?
I don't believe so.
It just goes.
Yeah.
Pass.
So is it kind of like American football meets soccer?
Yeah, in a roundabout way. And
Yeah.
also add hockey into there because
And
they have
hockey,
the sin bin, which is like the penalty box.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Nice.
What you were just looking at a Super Bowl stat.
Yeah. So I was curious. It said when the Patriots won their first Super Bowl over the Rams 2001 season, Adam Vinatieri kicked the field goal to win the Super Bowl. And it said it's still the only Super Bowl decided on the last play of regulation. Meaning, I think they phrased it wrong.
Yeah.
It should be a walk-off, to use a baseball term for football, on the final play.
Well, because think about how many could have been different. Like, okay, if Dyson gets in, that ties the game, goes to overtime. Jeff Fisher told us just last week they're kicking to go to overtime.
Right. This only regulation.
Yeah.
Doesn't count overtime.
And at that point, there had never been an overtime game in the Super Bowl.
Right. Now there's been 2, right?
That sounds 28-3, I think, went to overtime.
And then 2 years ago,
Yeah.
Chiefs and the Niners.
But think about another one. If Malcolm Butler doesn't intercept that pass and they run it with beast mode, was that at the end?
No, there was 24 seconds left.
Yeah, that's right. Because Brady talked about having to he didn't even know where his helmet was.
No, and what's funny, tomorrow at 12:30, we're going to have the center from that New England football team. Brian Stork's going to join us. And if you remember, they had the ball on the half-yard line, and there was 25. So they had to kneel it. And there was this big brawl after the Super Bowl. We'll talk to him tomorrow about what was like, the emotions of that, playing with Brady and everybody else. But so that is still the one, the last play regulation, because when Montana beat with John Taylor and they beat the Bengals, there's still time left on the clock for the Bengals to go down and do something. So yeah, it's the only one in regulation. That's it.
It's not often that we do breaking NBA news on the Chase and Big Joe show, but we do have some breaking NBA news. That the Shams, from ESPN is reporting the Grizzlies are trading Jaren Jackson Jr., John Concher, Jock Landale, and Vince Williams Jr. to the Utah Jazz for Walter Clayton Jr., Kyle Anderson, Taylor Hendricks, Georges Niang, and 3 future first-round picks.
Okay. I have no idea what that means.
Memphis now has 13 firsts in the next 7 years.
I thought it was sure to be they've traded John Morant. I thought that was going to be.
I mean, they need to.
Right.
But trading Jaren Jackson, that's pretty big.
Yeah, I guess. I'm so sorry. I just look and see what Luke Cornett's doing, and that's about it.
That's fine. I just wanted to pass that along.
Like, I'm telling you, in the 80s and 90s, I knew every player on every team. I played fantasy basketball. So we knew all these guys, every player, man.
Do you think, okay, you've lived here your whole life, pretty much. So have I. Do you think if the Grizzlies were good, people around here would care more? Or is it
a little bit?
Or is it still because, like, I don't know how much the Nashville-Memphis thing is still a thing, but like I just feel like for me, I don't pay attention to the NBA because it's not here.
I don't,
even though it's 3 hours down the road.
No, I don't think anybody cares about the Grizzlies. I really don't. Yeah, you'll get a few people. You're not talking about the Grizzlies, but I'm telling you, 99% of the people in Nashville do not care about the Memphis Grizzlies. They don't. Yeah. At least the people that I know. Nobody ever talks about it. Nobody ever brings the Grizzlies up.
If they make the playoffs and make a little run, then people start to semi-pay attention.
Remember we had the mayor of Memphis on 12, 13 years ago when they had a little run.
When they went to the conference final or whatever it was.
And it was a little bit, but overall, I mean, truly, I like Bill Street. I love Bill Street.
Yeah.
But this has nothing to do with Bill Street. But I don't think people care about Memphis as far as the basketball team.
Yeah.
I think they do.
Well, just like down there, I don't think they really care about the Titans even. Some
Football's
do.
different.
Some do.
Now, ask this. Do you think they care about the Preds in Memphis?
No.
No, exactly.
Not as much.
Nope.
No, and I do think there are some in Memphis that are lifelong Memphians that are still pissed they don't have the NFL, and so they They
Because
don't.
Bud teased him. Bud teased him with
well,
games in the late 80s.
It wasn't just Bud. The NFL teased him.
Yeah, but Bud teased him. He played a exhibition game there in 88 or 89, got people fired up, and he used his little leverage there, and then Memphis was left hanging at the altar.
Well, they were because in 95, because I think a lot of people thought that Memphis was going to get what eventually became the Jags or the Panthers.
I'll never forget when that announcement came because the Oilers played the Redskins at Neyland Stadium, and it all happened around that time that it came out that the Oilers are in process of moving to Nashville. We're like, huh? And I'll be all right. I voted against it.
So is that ultimately what led to the Jags or Panthers not getting to Memphis? Is because Tennessee was going to get a team?
Well, they were one of those teams in 93.
Okay.
So
93.
They were not going to get, because I've got a Jacksonville Jaguar sweater from 1993. Nashville's never mentioned. It was always Memphis, and then boom, here comes Charlotte and Jacksonville added to the list. And then Bud saw a chance to get out of Houston because they were not going to give him a stadium.
Here you go. There were 5 cities that were considered finalists in the 93 NFL expansion. Charlotte with the Panthers, Jacksonville with the Jaguars, Baltimore with the Bombers, St. Louis with the Stallions, and Memphis with the Hound Dogs.
What a great name.
Oh, yeah.
Memphis Hound Dogs.
On October 26, 1993, owners voted unanimously to award the first team to Charlotte. The decision for the second team was delayed until November 30th when Jacksonville was chosen over Baltimore and St. Louis. I'm curious of why.
Jacksonville?
Yeah, I guess did they look at Baltimore and St. Louis as the failed markets?
Yeah, I think so. You had a chance, you let a team go.
That's why I think what hurt Memphis was the Liberty Bowl.
Well, the Gator Bowl wasn't much better. Still,
right, but they had more of a and look, if Memphis did, and I don't know, again, I was young, but I know Jacksonville had a plan of basically tearing the Gator Bowl down to the studs and building a new stadium, which is ultimately what they did.
No, they're just remodeling what they have now. That the Gator Bowl is still there. Same stadium.
Yeah, but no, but it was
same structure.
It was heavily renovated.
Not yet. They're doing it now. That's the whole thing in Jacksonville.
Right. But I mean, it was even then heavily renovated.
Not so, I mean, not a lot. I mean, that's the thing is like, like in 94, the Gator Bowl was played in Gainesville. Cause that's the joke is like, the only time Peyton Manning won in Gainesville was the Gator Bowl. And they went through some things to get it up to standards, but they did, as far as a huge, great NFL, was never that case. And now they're redoing everything down there to make it open air and put so much money into it.
Look who's on. Is Coach on with us?
Me?
Hello, Coach.
Yeah. You know what? Rarely do I reach out when I read something contradictory to me or I hear something. But I have a question for Big Joe.
Uh-oh.
Okay. You really voted against the Oiler move? Was it because did you have a problem with the head coach?
No, I had a problem with I love you. I had a problem with Bud Adams getting so much from the city at that time. Remember the vote was what? 57-43, something on those lines.
It's pretty close.
It was close. That was the one I was like, they're giving this guy all this stuff. I love football, but that was the only thing, Coach. No, I love you, man. You know this.
Could you imagine if you would have been the tiebreaker and we never made it?
Oh, God.
Right.
I know.
No, that's it. But there were a lot of us all we heard, Coach, at the time was about Bud Adams in Houston's. Like all we were hearing were bad things about Bud Adams as a businessman. That was it.
Oh, I can imagine. I mean, that's what they were hearing about him in Houston as well. So, no, boys, go ahead.
We were just talking about this. Do you remember? And I don't know where you were in '93, maybe San Francisco, but the expansion vote that ultimately went to Jacksonville and Carolina.
Yes, I was. Yeah, I was at the 49ers.
Were you
I was there 92, 93. Yeah.
Were you surprised that those were the two cities like at that time?
You know, I really didn't pay much attention to it at the time. I was had more concern or was more curious about how they were going to build their rosters and what the drafts were going to look like.
Yeah.
You know, because how do you do that? I mean, you go from 0 to 100, you know, and it's hard. And so it was interesting. I mean, they did it well. They did a nice job. It was well thought out. You know, remember you had 2 picks to start the round, and then you had 2 picks to finish the round, and then you had 2 more to start. So, and then they had a free agency period where you could only protect so many players. And so, yeah, it was interesting. But, yeah, we were right in the middle of that one. You know, that's when that was I think I told you guys that story when Bud's plane was in New York, and it's draft that night before the draft, and Tom Coughlin wants to trade with us because he's got somebody that wants to trade with him to take a quarterback. So Coach Coughlin was bluffing us out, trying to bluff us out of a pick, because at that time it was Carolina, Jacksonville, Houston, and we knew that, or heard that Carolina was going to trade out with Cincinnati because they felt like they could get Kerry Collins at that pick, and Cincinnati wanted to go up to get Kajana Carter. So that would leave Jacksonville on the clock, and you got Jacksonville on the clock calling us saying, we're going to lose our quarterback. But fortunately, Floyd hung in there because that was his first draft. And, you know, he initially offered him a 6th, and they said no. But, you know, we just agreed that Coughlin was bluffing. And then you hear the commissioner on the speakerphone say, and with the second pick of the 1994 draft, the Jacksonville, and when he heard Jacksonville, it was on, man, we got a quarterback. So we learned from that.
Oh, my goodness. Our question of the day, Coach, is we're taking the top 11 Titans defensive players in the Titans here in Nashville to go to the Super Bowl and play on Sunday versus the Seahawks. And we got this great debate going on. But there's a lot of guys that are going to make it, like Javon and Big Al and Jeff Simmons. But we're talking about Blaine Bishop, about his impact on the football team. You saw it every day in practice about being that guy. And I'm not going to ask you to pick 11 to go in the Super Bowl, but Blaine is a guy that we're all unanimous on, of like, absolutely. What made Blaine so good, Coach?
Well, he was such a smart football player, and he was asked to do an awful lot from the time he got in. He joined the team because of all the 8-man front, the 46 defense, and he was that extra run stopper. On top of that, he was a really good blitzer, and even though he's that bow-legged as he was, he could cover pretty well too. He could, he had great instincts in the slot. It was kind of a nickel type, third corner type. So, yeah, and he was just really smart and dependable. But I think that's a good pick.
Coach, always a pleasure.
Who's the last one? Is it another DB?
Well, we got Byard, Samari Roll, and we're still debating about the other cornerback.
I said Finnegan. I said Samari and Cortland as the corners, and then Byard and Blaine as the safeties.
Gotcha. Good choice.
And then D-line, Coach Wash would have fun with this D-line. Javon, Big Al, Jeff Simmons, and KVB on the other end.
Yeah. That would get it done. That probably knocked the quarterback down.
Yeah, right. Hey, real quick before we go, Coach, we've been watching the documentary Rise of the 49ers on AMC. It's fantastic. You've talked about going against Montana and Rice and Roger Craig and all those guys. This documentary, it takes you behind the scene with Bill Walsh and everything. How great of a coach was Bill Walsh?
Well, he was. That was the organization that you wanted to go work for, and what he did, and innovatively, everything he did, the West Coast offense and everything. I was not on the staff with Coach Walsh. I was. He had left and gone to Stanford, and I was there with George Seifert. So in 92, 93. That's when we lost the championship game both years to the Cowboys. So, but answer the question, Steve Young had been given the keys. Joe was healthy. It was kind of an awkward situation from me, an outsider coming in, just because everything that you knew about Joe. But Joe was the scout team quarterback, man. He ran the 2-minute drill. He ran the 2-minute drive on Fridays against the defense. And, he would come in and he would say to me, all right, so what do you need? What's our opponent doing? And so I would kind of try to translate it for him. And he'd run a 2-minute drive, 8-play drive. Ball never hit the ground. It was just amazing. And then, Jerry Rice, on the other hand, Jerry was different in that NFL teams are going to probably go outside and have a walkthrough, either before practice, come back, have lunch, or right before practice and then move into the initial practice periods. In any case, it is a walkthrough. Okay, WALK, walkthrough. Jerry Rice was full speed in the walkthrough. Everybody else was having a walkthrough, and Jerry would just, he would run, he'd get warm, he'd do everything, and he was full speed. And then my best Jerry Rice story, I'll let you guys go. So he comes off the Super Bowl. We're over coaching the Pro Bowl. So when you go over to coach the Pro Bowl, you go over there early, you get set up, and the guys kind of filter in. Well, Jerry got some parade or whatever it was with the Raiders and all that stuff. And Jerry gets there Wednesday morning, really early or something, on a red eye. I'm setting up over at the practice facility, and Jerry comes walking in the locker room about 7 o'clock in the morning, soaking wet from sweat. He's taped, dressed, spatted up, and he got to full speed at 7 o'clock in the morning, and meetings didn't start till 9, and practice was going to start at 11 in his 16th year. So when people say, any young receiver I've talked to in my career, all you got to do is tell them that story.
Wow.
Amazing.
That's
amazing stuff.
That is a good one. Coach, always good to talk to you.
You guys got to go to commercial.
We do.
Thanks for being up front, Joe. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir, Coach.
Thank you, Coach. Coach Jeff Fisher joining us on the program. We'll have Tim Hasselbeck coming up next. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Hour number 2, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Tuesday. Nice little surprise visit by Coach Jeff Fisher, and we now have to say hello to Tim Hasselbeck, ESPN NFL analyst and head coach at Innsworth. Tim, what's up? How you doing?
Doing great. How you guys doing?
We're doing fantastic. I know it's been a couple weeks. Hope everything's good on the home front with the ice and all that stuff. Power back?
What? Did people lose power?
Yeah, they did.
Where?
They sure did.
Where? In Nashville?
I heard that.
In Nashville? Really? I must have just been like Memphis and Knoxville. I didn't see any around my area.
But we hope all is well now. So Robert Saleh, officially the head coach of the Titans, and Brian Daboll will come in as offensive coordinator. Gus Bradley is defensive coordinator. I love the experience on this coaching staff.
Yeah. No, I think it's there's no question there's experience on the coaching staff. We talked about it, I think, maybe right when it happened, about, the Jets experience for Saleh. Like, I don't know that can necessarily be the indicator of future success for him in Tennessee. And so, I would also say, in terms of the concern with defensive-minded head coach, that, Brian Daboll, because of what his experience has been, look, potentially he becomes a head coaching candidate in the future other places, but, maybe not necessarily, right? Versus, a younger guy that hadn't had the crack at, the apple in terms of becoming a head coach before. And so, maybe the fear of, all right, well, does that mean you're just going to lose your coordinator every couple of years if you're having success? Maybe that does not happen. So, I think that, I think between that, Fossil being retained, seemed like he'll stick around. I think there should be optimism about the coaching staff that's been put in place.
Not sure if you know much about Shea Tierney, the quarterback's coach, but obviously he's been with Daboll pretty much every step of the way with Alabama, Buffalo, the Giants, and now here. How important is that relationship to Cam Ward, as is what Daboll and Cam Ward are going to develop as well?
Yeah, I think it's important, not knowing the structure and how everybody will operate. The question just ends up being, okay, well, like, who's in the room, with the quarterbacks? Is the quarterback coach the messenger? Is the coordinator in with the quarterback coach? How do they break that stuff off? Where do they spend their time? I mean, clearly there's trust at some level in terms of the operation, which is why, as you said, like, the guys have been together multiple stops. Generally speaking, you do that because guys kind of understand their role, what they do, and each guy's comfortable with, what they're being asked to do. So, just not knowing the how they will operate in terms of, who installs, who communicates that with the quarterback room, probably be, premature to make a judgment on that, depending on if, that's something Brian Daboll, feels like he wants to do, or if in fact, he's willing to just completely hand that over.
How important is the hiring of Gus Bradley? Because, Saleh has allegedly said he's going to call the defense, but doesn't, if you're the head coach and you're calling plays, don't you need that guy who could relay the message to the team when you're busy being a head coach? How important is this hiring for the team?
Yeah. I think, listen, because Gus Bradley's an amazing coach, I think it's a great hire. To get Gus Bradley and get him where, you're contractually not even obligated to let him call the plays. That feels like that's a pretty good score to me. And then, I think what it does also is, look, just take New England scenario, right? Like, Vrabel didn't want to be the defensive play caller, hired a defensive play caller, obviously health reasons, that through, that changed their plans. They were able to adjust. So I just say all that to say, you go in thinking you're going to do it a certain way. Maybe you want to make some adjustments. Maybe you want to, create a different, workflow in terms of how you do that type of stuff. Well, the good news is that, like, you have a previous head coach and defensive coordinator, play caller that's on the staff that I'm sure, would be not only capable, but ready and willing to step into that role.
Yeah, and last year, Dayball with the Giants brass, they wanted to trade up and get Cam Ward, and they're going to offer half of Manhattan to take over the number 1 pick, and the Titans said, no, thank you. With Dayball having that sort of affinity, Tim, for Cam Ward, this is a major plus, is it not?
I do think that when you were going through, like, just whatever guys that were talked about to become the head coach, whether it's here, whether guys that are going to be the coordinators in New York, the coordinators in Tennessee, there's no question that some of the interviews that happen. So, like, look, whether it's some of the interviews that happen definitely are going to have a connection to what did you think about this quarterback in the draft process? And, where were you on him? How excited would you be to work with them? Like, there's no doubt that that's part of the equation. And sure. And so, the fact that the Giants were in the quarterback market, that they had to be very deep in their evaluation of Cam Ward. And so you should have some pretty deep and, legitimate feedback and feelings about what would be best for Cam going forward.
I think I've brought Tim Hasselbeck is with us. I think I brought this up with you before, but one thing that I said to Joe last week was, especially the second half of the year when they made the coaching change and you kind of knew it was a lame duck staff, Cam was almost having to do some things on his own. I'm sure he learned some stuff, but at the same time, he knew, like, hey, I'm by myself, and then this kind of restarts next year. So having said that, as Dayball looks at some of the things Cam did in his rookie year, in your mind, what are some things that stand out that you think he needs to work on by himself before he comes back for the offseason program?
Yeah, so here's what I would say in terms of quarterbacks going into their second year where, at some level, it's going to be a big, broad, overstatement on this, but like your rookie year was a waste, right? So Trevor Lawrence, rookie year with Urban Meyer, that was a waste. Needed to totally reset it. Drake May, rookie year with, Gerard Mayo and, Alex Van Pelt and those guys, like, totally need to reset it in year 2. So there are examples of quarterbacks coming in their rookie year, they have a coach, it doesn't go great, that guy gets fired, and now you've got to reset it. Now, here's what I would say about some things that Cam did extremely well. I think he got a sense of things that he can do outside of the design of the play, meaning, you're just creating, and, I think you're taking some chances. I think there were some things that were talked about during training camp of, you see what you can get away with. This is new, speed of the game, length of the players, area that guys cover, all that stuff, right? Like, get a sense of that. Then I think, just going back and really understanding, some of just the general concepts that you felt comfortable with. And, things, so meaning, look, whether it was a certain RPO, whether it was playing under center, something that hadn't been done a whole lot before, or whether it's, certain move the pocket stuff, turning your back to the defense. I think going through all of that stuff, taking inventory of what you were comfortable with, and then making sure as the offense gets built in your new, with your new coaching staff is, just like have an open conversation about, like, okay, why are we doing that? Is that something you've liked in the past? And I think building on that. And so I say that because, like, I saw Eli Manning, have stuff get installed that I knew he wasn't comfortable with. And he took a while to speak up about, I don't love that stuff. And so I think it made his growing and learning process a little bit longer than it needed to be.
Well, Tim, I know they haven't brought it up yet, but it's in the back of their mind. How does Will Levis play into this upcoming season? If he comes back, he's healthy. We know he's got a hell of an arm. How do you, and I don't want to put you on the spot, but how do you see this playing out?
Yeah, well, I think that's a very interesting one in terms of, okay, like, what do you do? Do you find it more valuable to have him in the room so that guys are, working hard and there's not competition? Cam's going to be the starter, but there is an element of, iron sharpening iron where it's like, yeah, if a guy is pushing me in terms of how he handles each rep, how he's playing, that can bring out the best in other guys in the quarterback room, everybody, whoever's there. So, I think you have to decide, okay, is that more beneficial than whatever we could flip Will Levis for? Because just to give you an example, what are the Falcons going to do at quarterback?
Right question.
What are they doing? Because Cousins is going to be a cap casualty, most likely. So he's not going to be a bridge quarterback at that, wherever he is with that. Then you have a scenario where Penix is coming off another ACL. Like, I don't know that you can be in that environment where you're saying, like, what are we doing? I got another one for you. What's Minnesota doing?
Yeah, right.
Firing everybody for letting their quarterback go now.
And Minnesota can't be in a situation where they just sit or they are, at the very top of the veteran quarterback market, wherever that is. But like, you be at the very top where they go race to go do it. So they're going to have to be patient in it, but they're probably going to have to do a pretty good job, right? And so I think that there are going to be teams where you look at it and you go, you know what? Like, there's a market for Will Levis. And does that make sense for us on whatever the level of compensation, could be? Because the other guys that we're talking about are going to be Kenny Pickett,
Mariota.
Mariota, Mac Jones. I forget his scenario. That might be a trade scenario as well. So, like,
I think Malik Willis. I think his name's going to be out there.
No, Malik Willis is going to be at the top. Like, his is going to be at the very top of it. So, I think it's just when you look at all of this, there could be real value, and then you just have to evaluate, like, okay, do we move on from Will Levis, get some type of compensation, and then in the free agent market, shoot, Kenny Pickett at that level, we're comfortable with that.
Are teams ever going to get patient with the quarterback position again? And here's why I say that. There's one that's playing in the Super Bowl that everybody wrote off, in Sam Darnold. And now he's in the Super Bowl, and he got paid a lot of money to leave Minnesota and sign with Seattle and helps lead his team to the Super Bowl. So we're seeing so many examples of a quarterback that probably, gets rushed into it and thrown into the fire too fast, and then everybody writes him off. But, if they sit in the right offense with the right coach and have time to develop, then all of a sudden, oh, hey, you got something. So is the patience going to be allowed to be there, or is this just the way it is?
No, it's the way it is now, and it's a shame because and I think I've talked to you guys about this. The same thing's happening in college.
Yeah.
Where guys are getting, which is insane because that's really the area where you're really learning the game most of the time for the very first time. And so I think that there just isn't, because the coaches are going to lose their jobs. So they don't have the time to be patient to have a quarterback, learn and grow and develop. Look, my brother got drafted by the Packers. They cut him, put him on the practice squad. He then made the team the following year, was the third, just kind of was like hanging around, and then ultimately got an opportunity, to become a starter. Like, I think those opportunities are just, they don't happen much anymore. Okay, if you just look at, again, I'll just keep it with stuff that I know extremely well, between my brother and I, okay? So between the two of us, whatever it is, 27 years of playing quarterback in the NFL between the two of us. Neither one of us became a starter before being in college for 4 years. It's different. And, how we were both taught. So, Matthew got drafted by Green Bay. It was Mike Holmgren and Andy Reid. They obviously are disciples of, the stuff that Bill Walsh was doing. They all firmly believe that in order to be good at something, good at playing quarterback, you need to master it. Meaning you don't just learn it so that you can write it on a whiteboard. You need to master it so that it becomes like breathing. So that when your hands are under center and the defense, shows something and you need to make a base call, that it just rolls off your tongue. There's not a process between like, oh, they're doing that, I'm now thinking it. Now what's the call I make? Oh, I make this call and I say that. What's the signal for it? Like it just is, it's a second nature thing because you've mastered it. And so I think that's the only way to really have sustained success playing the position. And it just won't happen anymore.
And that goes, I just Googled it because you remind me of the Bill Parcells rule for quarterbacks, right?
Yeah. It's time on task, man. It's time on task.
Yeah, he said should be a senior and graduate from college, should be a 3-year starter who started 30 games and won at least 23. I mean, you know this, Tim. Experience is everything.
Yeah, look, a couple of things I care a lot about when we do like the evaluation of quarterbacks coming out of college is how much have they played? You go back and look at what I said about Trey Lance. I was not interested because he had played like 13 games since leaving high school.
Wow.
You're guessing. I don't care what anybody says. You're guessing. Mark Sanchez, you're guessing. You're just absolutely guessing. Now listen, you might get lucky. Like I can walk into a casino and put all my money on, black and figure out if it's going to land there.
Right.
It's not because I know it's going to be there. You're guessing. Like you guys heard me talk about Drake May. That was different. Played a lot of games, saw him, over a period of a stretch of time. And it was like, okay, that's different. And so, yeah, I think that stuff matters. That stuff really matters. So, yeah, a similar thing. If you're not going to let guys develop at the position, college or pro, it's going to be very hard to be good.
What was it like? It's Super Bowl week. What was it like seeing your big brother with Seattle in the 2005 season go to the Super Bowl, watching him on that stage? That's got to be just an amazing moment for you and the family.
Yeah, I think I want to say that year, maybe we were in the playoffs that year at the Giants. I could be wrong about that. I'm trying to remember. Maybe lost wild card weekend to Carolina. So when we were out and they kept going, it was like, man, I think they're gonna make it to the Super Bowl here. And so what I told him was, I was like, let me handle all your tickets. And I was like, you just tell me who has to pay for them and who you're gonna come.
Nice.
Like just that's it. And so I called, back then, like as a player, active player, you get 2 complimentary tickets. So I think I ended up with 100 tickets. Okay, that I was kind of managing for him.
Wow.
And the problem was I was able to like get most of them off my hands, but I a night or two before the Super Bowl, there was a party that we were having, and on my body, like in my jacket, I had 50 Super Bowl tickets. And I had to walk from my hotel to the restaurant in Detroit where we were having a party. I've never been so scared in my entire life. I was like, if somebody jumped me right now, like they're going to walk away with 50 Super Bowl tickets because I was handing them out to people at the party. So, yeah, I feel like I took my life into my own hands. Was risking my life for him on that. But yeah, it was obviously very cool. Didn't work out the way that he would have liked, and you just realize how rare the opportunity is. And certainly my family, my dad, won Super Bowl 18 with the Raiders. Matthew got to play in Super Bowl 50, and I never made it. So, basically just, continuing to, live in that regret my entire life.
Well, I don't see us calling Matt Hasselbeck every Tuesday at 1 o'clock.
That's fair.
Right?
That's fair. You know what? I wonder how he's coping living in my shadow.
Oh, yeah.
Well, whenever we talk to him, we'll ask him.
All right.
Do that. Tim, appreciate it as always. We'll talk to you next week. Enjoy the Super Bowl.
Sounds good. See you, fellas.
See ya. Tim Hasselbeck joining us on the program. ESPN NFL analyst will react to that and much more coming up next. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game.
All right, welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe show on this beautiful Tuesday in Music City. Hey, let me tell you about a special event happening tomorrow night down at our favorite place, the Omni at Bar Lions. It's called If This Bar Could Talk. Songs and stories from Bar Lions, a free songwriting event. It is fantastic. No cover. Starts at 5 o'clock at Bar Lions. Songwriter Elizabeth B will be there. Aaron Gibney, Dan Harrison, Channing K, Mark Taylor, Silence Times Noise as well. Again, that's If This Bar Could Talk at Omni National Hotel Bar Line, starting at 5 o'clock. Free. It's one of the best things that goes on each and every month. Downtown Nashville. Stop by and see at the Omni National Hotel If This Bar Could Talk. Our question today, we are taking the top defense, 11 players on defense, if the Titans played in the Super Bowl on Sunday. Now, we don't want the all-time Titans team. That we're not doing that. You give us top 11 players on defense that would take on Seattle on Sunday. 615-737-1025. One of our biggest debates is who's the cornerback opposite Samari Rolle on your Titans team you're going to put on the field on the Super Bowl on Sunday. And a lot of debate. We got some votes for Jason McCourty.
Yeah, McCourty's getting some votes, which fair enough.
It's not bad, but there's got to be somebody.
There's two guys that I think get a bad rap because they were on bad teams. Jason McCourty and Michael Griffin played on a lot of bad teams.
Griffin
was Griffin at the end of Fisher?
Yeah, Griffin came in 07.
Yeah, that's right.
So he played 4 years with Fisher.
Yeah.
Griffin never
McCourty played
09 to 16.
Yeah, so he got something.
Griffin never liked to hit, and that was my problem with him. Did not like. They tried him at cornerback when he came in. It didn't work out. They put him at safety. He just didn't like to hit. I want a safety who's like Byard will hit you. Like we watched the Ronnie Lott. I want a Ronnie Lott safety. I know you're not going to get a Ronnie Lott, but somebody who's going to hit you. What a safety can do. Blaine Bishop will hit you. The other cornerback, I just don't know. There's not.
I think this was an Oiler, but Chris Dishman.
Yeah, he was good. He was an Oiler. Yeah, we want just Titans since they got here. You could include the 97 team. That's fine. They played in Memphis.
Denard Walker gets one.
Yeah. No.
Ricky says it's Finnegan and not close. I mean, with Samari Rolle, but yeah. And I love Cortland.
I just feel like we're leaving.
My dad owned one Titans jersey, and I still
else.
have it, and it's a Cortland Finnegan.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, I should probably, because he played at Samford, and he was a little bit better than I was.
A little bit.
Just a tad bit better. I don't know, but it's a great debate. Linebackers are one. I mean, Bullock's on there. A lot of debate with Joe Bowden or Eddie Robinson. I really like, we talked about Colin McCarthy. I really liked him as a linebacker. He just couldn't stay healthy. He was a good linebacker, just could not stay healthy. And think about that. The linebacker position for this team since 90, they moved here, has been one of like, all right, Bullock, you plug him in there. And after that, David Thornton was not bad. I mean, there was other guys, but no like standout all-pro knock you in the face linebacker that they had here.
So you had on that 08 team, you had Keith Bullock, David Thornton were kind of your standard two outside linebackers, Tulloch in the middle, and then your backups were Colin Allred, Stanford Kegler, Ryan Fowler.
Fowler was okay.
And Josh Stammer.
I don't remember him. Stanford Kegler was a hell of a specimen. He just wasn't tough.
I'll tell you a guy that I absolutely loved, and I wouldn't have him necessarily in this question, but I mean, he'd hit you, he'd play his ass off. Vinny Fuller.
Yeah.
Like he was a good special teams guy, but I mean, I loved Vincent Fuller.
He's a good utility guy. He scored a pick
Johnny
six.
Nicky was another one.
Fuller scored a pick six on Monday night game, the night that Bullock had that big night versus the Saints. So not bad. I mean, as a utility. Now, we'll do the offense on Friday and we'll lead up to that. That's going to be difficult. But for this one, I mean, the interior's good with Vanden Bosch, Kearse, Simmons, and Big Al. I mean, you're good there. Linebacker is tough. The other corner for me is, I know you plugged Finnegan in there, but, I think there's some help.
I'll give you Chris Carr. You can have Chris Carr.
I'll tell you about Chris Carr. He owes me $20 because we did gambling on the play, and they dropped dollars, and he came over from the Ravens. He and I became decent. So I gave him $20 to put in. He put the $20 in his pocket. And I said, hey, man, why don't you put the $20 I gave you? He's like, oh, I did put it in there. He put it in his pocket. Him and Jason Babin, I'd like to fight. Jason Babin stole my chocolate ice cream on the team charter.
Okay.
I was furious at him. Only played 1 year here, made all pro, and then left. But not a fan of Jason Babin because he took my Dove bar.
Well,
I hold grudges against people, and that's one of them.
People that Big Joe wants to fight.
Yeah, I would. I mean, I'd get my ass kicked. That's fine, though. I don't mind that. But again, the linebacker, so we need 3 linebackers.
All right, so 2002, which was, I call that kind of the last year of the OG dynasty. Or not dynasty, but the OG.
Not even 03? Drew Bennett catches that pass in the playoff game. Tom Brady's reign never happens.
Oh, yeah, 03. I said 02. Okay. I meant 03.
Because Drew Bennett had that. If he catches that pass, they score and beat the Patriots.
Linebackers on that team. Rocky Boyman. Wasn't bad. Keith Bullock. Rocky Kalmus. Brad Castle. Jordan Kramer. Peter Sermon. Ray Wells. Those were inside and outside linebackers.
Sermon's not bad.
DBs. Andre Dyson. Mike Eccles. Samari Roll. Lance Schulters. Lamont Thompson. Tank Williams.
Really?
Yep.
Tank was okay.
Donnie Nicky was a rookie. You had Scott McGarrahan. I don't remember him. D-line, James Atkins, Kevin Carter, Carlos Hall, Albert Hainsworth, Javon Curse, Ryan Long, Robert Smith, Jukwa Thomas.
Robert Smith was not bad.
Robert Smith did not get enough credit.
Give me that O-line.
At center, Justin Hartwig, Brad Hopkins, Jason Matthews, Fred Miller, Benji Olsen, Zach Pillar, and then Todd Williams and Tom Ackerman.
Pretty damn good. Todd Williams was at Florida State. How big was he? Like 6'8", like 370.
Receivers, D-Mace, Justin McCarrans, Jake Shafino, Terrell Hill, Tyrone Calico, Drew Bennett, Eddie Berlin.
It's okay. Jake Shafino was always hurt with a hamstring. Always hurt. He'd have been better than Derek Mason. I'm kidding. There's no way in hell. There's no way.
Running backs. Do you remember all the running backs besides Eddie?
Chris Brown.
Rookie.
Chris Brown. And then Robert Holcomb.
Yep.
And I don't remember after that.
The late, great Robert Holcomb,
I don't know.
I think.
What's he? I don't remember.
No, okay, he's still on. All right. So.
Sorry, Robert. We'll continue your mail service.
And then there was Ray Jackson. I don't remember him.
Oh, you can call me Ray. You can call me Tom. Just gonna call me Ray Jackson.
If you can tell me the 3rd quarterback on the roster that year, I will buy you lunch.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah. All right. So Steve, Billy Volek. Billy Volek wasn't in 03?
He's not listed on this roster.
He was there. He got his spleen taken out against the Bills.
He's on IR.
Okay. So
I guess the 4th quarterback.
4th quarterback?
Yeah, because Volek's on IR.
I got Neil O'Donnell.
Yep. Steve and Neil.
And then hold on, man.
Never
shut your mouth, pal. Get this. Shut your mouth. The 3rd quarterback on the 03 Titans team. Oh my gosh, Joe, you know this. You covered that team. It's not Matt Mauck. Oh, it's not. Oh, God, come on. I see somebody. It's not Kevin Daft.
Would you like the college?
Yeah.
Washington State.
It's not Tim Rosenbaugh. It's not Jack Anderson. Not Jack Thompson, the throwing Samoan. Washington State.
I don't even know. He might have been a practice squad, but he's listed on this roster.
It's not. Hold on, man. Oh, gosh, I should know this. I don't know it.
Jason Gesser.
Jason Gesser. I'll be damned.
I kind of remember him.
Yeah.
But like vaguely. Because that was the year Volek gets hurt. They call Neil off the couch and bring Neil back.
Yeah. Yep.
For like nothing. He basically just did it as a favorite of Jeff and Floyd.
Because Volek played the Bills and had his spleen ruptured.
Yep.
And then Neil
Was
comes
that
back.
Steve? Was that the MVP year for Steve?
It was 03. Yeah. He had to have a backup.
Yeah.
That's the game they go up to Baltimore. It's when Eddie and Ray Lewis collide on the side. That's Gary Anderson's field goal.
That's right.
That won the playoff game. All 5'3" of him.
Yeah, because Nedney was on IR.
Yep. Gary Anderson, when he kicked that field goal, was 67 years old and stood 4'6". It was amazing. And then they go next week to New England. It was a hell of a game. And that's the game where Drew Bennett drops the pass.
You're not going to believe this. Do you know how old Gary Anderson's going to be in July?
Let me guess. He's going to be 70.
67.
67. Is he really? Yeah. Well, he was 67 when he kicked the field goal that time. It's funny. If you watch that game, that field goal, it made it over by like.
It is
2 inches.
It is proof that Derek Mason does, in fact, love kickers because there was a picture hanging in Nissan Stadium forever of D. Mace hugging Gary Anderson.
Gary, that's right. And they're the same height.
Oh, yeah. They are.
Chase said that, Derek. Not me.
Gary Anderson was a rookie in 1982. That's what's unbelievable.
And Viking fans not dislike him.
Oh, yeah.
Hate him for missing the field goal in 98 because he was perfect all year long and missed the field goal in the championship game.
Where was he born?
South Africa?
Yeah, that is correct.
I know my Titans guys.
He's the first South African to appear in an NFL regular season game.
Oh.
615-737-1025. We'll have more on Chasing Big Joe. But as promised earlier, like an hour ago, I'm going to do it now. Caller number 3 at 615-737-1025 will win a pair of tickets to Major League Rugby as the Chicago Hounds face the New England Free Jacks, the Music City Rugby Showdown at Geodis Park, Sunday, April 19th. Caller number 3, 615-737-1025 is Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game. Chasing Big Joe 102.5 The Game on this Tuesday. We've covered a lot of ground, which has been fun.
And getting the
by
phone
the way,
call from the coach calling us out, calling me out.
Shout out to Parker and Franklin, because before you said it, he said Jason Gesser.
I never said it. I forgot about those guys.
Jason Gesser.
What are we doing now?
Oh, I don't know. Why don't we find out? Dr. Crane, call him. Let's see what he's up to. Dr. Crane's like, will y'all leave me alone? I got enough going on. Right.
He currently is the, American college football former player. He's now an assistant athletic director and offensive coordinator at, it doesn't say the high school, but it says he is in Vancouver. Oh, here we go. Seton Catholic High School in Vancouver, Washington.
Oh, wow. Okay. Good for him.
Pull up like the 99 Super Bowl team on there. Because this is fascinating because you got random guys like Jason. I remember Jason Gesser now, but like the 99, I think Kevin Daft. Did he make the Super Bowl team?
Probably.
Because you got all these guys we never talk about that are part of the team.
All right, here's your starters for both sides. Steve McNair, Eddie George, Lorenzo Neal, Kevin Dyson, Yancey Thigpen, Frank Wycheck, Brad Hopkins, Bruce Matthews, Kevin Long, Benji Olsen, John Runyon. Defense, Javon Kirsch, Josh Evans, Jason Fisk, Henry Ford, Eddie Robinson, Baron Wortham, Joe Bowden, Denard Walker, Samari Roll, Blaine Bishop, Marcus Robertson. Elsewhere on the roster, Larry Brown appeared in 9 games.
Tight end.
Yep.
Out of Georgia.
Yep. Isaac Bird from Kansas. I love Isaac Bird. Doug Coleman was a linebacker.
Right.
Appeared in 16 games.
Okay.
Al Del Greco was your kicker.
El Delgado.
Anthony Dorsett from Pitt was appeared in all 16 games.
Okay.
Greg Favors was a linebacker out of Mississippi State.
Number 51.
Yep. Already mentioned Fisk. Mike Frederick was a defensive end from Virginia.
No
6'5". Third round pick of the Browns in 95. Spencer George was another running back.
I remember him, yeah.
26. So 26 and 27 were George's.
Right.
5'9". Do you remember where he played college?
Spencer, Ohio State.
Rice.
Phil
Glover was a linebacker that appeared in 1 game as a rookie.
I love this.
Jackie Harris was a tight end.
Tight from Green Bay. He was a hell of a tight end.
L.A. Monroe. I mentioned Kenny Holmes
from Miami.
Defensive back who has been on the coaching staff a couple times. Steve Jackson from Purdue. Defensive end. I loved this guy. Let's see if you can guess him. Played in 11 games from North Carolina State. He was the 2nd round pick in 91 from the Phoenix Cardinals, signed as a free agent. Defensive end.
Out of NC State. I should know this. NC State.
Or 96. Mike Jones.
No.
Yep.
Wasn't it Mike Jones who made the tackle on Kevin Dyson?
I think yeah.
Yeah,
it was a different Mike Jones. This wide receiver will always be a question of what happened.
Chris Sanders.
2nd round pick of the University of Tennessee.
Mr. Joey Kent.
Yep. I love this guy too. Linebacker out of Penn State. Terry Killens.
Really good linebacker. Yep.
Jason Lehman was a guard from Tennessee. D-Mace. I mentioned Jason. George McCullough was a defensive back. Donald Mitchell.
SMU.
Yeah, they had a lot of DBs. Neil O'Donnell, I mentioned. Perry Phoenix was another one. Pillar. Royal Preston was a wide receiver, played in 2 games. Mike Rohn.
Tight end. Yep. Blew his knee out the next year versus Buffalo from Wisconsin.
Marcus Robertson.
Yep.
Eddie Robinson.
You're going alphabetically?
Yeah.
Okay.
Joe Salavea.
Good. Out of Arizona.
Yeah. I'll tell you a funny story real quick about him. So we had Piscetti's in Bellevue, which was across from the practice facility. And
right.
I'd go and hang out sometimes and while Dad was working, and I'd answer the phone. And this guy calls and orders like $75 worth of food. About 20 minutes later, pulls up in a giant pickup truck. There's a girl driving and a guy in the passenger seat. And Dad laughs, and Dad goes, "Hey, why don't you hand them their food?" And I go, "Okay." And so I do, and I'm like, "Man, y'all are feeding an army." And she laughs and goes, "Well, most of it's for him." And it was Joe Salavea.
Joe Salavea.
I mean, he ate a ton of it. Chris Sanders, Scott Sanderson was on that team. Dane and Sidney out of ETSU.
No, out of
Or Alabama, BAU.
UAB, yeah.
Yeah.
You're leaving off a name, man.
Rodney Thomas?
Nope. Quarterback.
Neil O'Donnell?
Kevin Daft.
I don't see him yet, but doesn't mean he's not there.
Right. Yeah, he was he's at Dartmouth now. He was a quarterback that came in drafted in the 5th round in 1999, and they liked him. I remember when they got
Kevin Daft.
Kevin came in here from UC Davis. Now he's a tight ends coach at Dartmouth, and he played out of UC Davis. Man, I mean, there's these players that you remember because, I mean, it was different back then because everybody knew it was new. The team was new in town. Everybody knew these guys, and it was just something crazy. And Kevin Daft was the guy I was like, that guy's pretty good, and never saw the light of day.
615-737-1025. We'll have more coming in hour number 3 on Chasing Big Joe. 1025 The Game. Hour number 3, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Tuesday. I was just looking at this, Joe, that the Pete Themel had put this out, that I guess the college football playoff, we have dates for the quarterfinals and semifinals for the next 2 years. He says this includes a near 2-week break between the quarter and semifinals for the next 2 years. Why?
God.
So in 26-27, the quarterfinals begin on December 30th with the Fiesta Bowl. And then Friday, January 1st, the Goodyear Cotton Bowl, the Peach Bowl, and the Rose Bowl. And those are the quarterfinals. January 14th would be the Orange Bowl. January 15th would be the Sugar.
Okay.
And so that'd put the championship game, on like the 23rd, something like that.
Oh, gosh.
27-28, the quarterfinals. New Year's Eve would be the Sugar Bowl, New Year's Day, Fiesta, Peach, and Rose. And then the semifinals would be the Orange Bowl on the 13th and the Cotton Bowl on the 14th.
Interesting that this year there's no games on New Year's Eve. Is that a third? I wonder why not.
I don't know. It's a Friday.
It's Thursday. Friday is January the 1st.
Like I said, it's a Thursday.
Yeah, right. So I just again,
NFL.
Again, this will be it's NFL. I mean, you got it Wednesday, Friday.
Yeah,
I don't understand it, but it's a long time, man. That's and that was the gripe. So to keep the portal, we're going to go through the same thing again. Bitching about the portal, not enough time. The game's happening. Guys in the portal, you playing a game. Guys not playing the ball. It's going to be chaotic again. They did nothing to improve.
I don't understand the logic of, and I get the NFL has moved into this Saturday thing after college is over and whatever, but like, get rid of the conference championship games, have the first round of the playoff be the week after the regular season ends, and then be done by January 1.
Yep.
Because here's the other thing. The Rose Bowl has always complained about, hey, we got to be on New Year's Day. We're the Rose Parade. Like, I guess they're not going to be a semifinal because they have to be on New Year's Day.
And like at 3:00, something got to be at that certain time.
Right. So you fix all that by, you could just, I guess you fix all that. The Rose Bowl played in, I don't know. They'd have to look at that, but I just don't get it.
Right.
I don't get why they do this. There shouldn't be a 2-week break in between rounds of the playoffs.
I totally agree with you on that. I'm just looking at all this right now. It's going to be another complaining, moaning about everything that goes on, and they had the opportunity to fix it and change it around. They're not. And so the Rose Bowl is probably like, we're not going to play a game on December the 15th. You're going to play it January the 1st. So all this is driven by something else. And they got lucky this year because Indiana was a fun story.
Yep.
Had it been Ohio State again, or maybe, I don't know, Georgia again there, there'd still been eyeballs on there. But the Indiana story made it a lot more fun, and it extended all the way to January the 19th, or whenever it played. But will they get lucky again next year? Who knows? Are they expanding to 14 and 27?
Who knows?
Right? That's the problem.
Just go to 16.
Don't go to 16. Don't.
Well, I'd rather you do that than 14.
Because 14 and 18 are going to bitch about where they're seeding and all that stuff. It's never going to end.
Just pick a number and stick with it.
It's frustrating, man.
Pick, either stay with 12 or go to 16 and then be done with it.
They'll eventually be 24. It's going to be that way. They're all going to complain about it.
I don't know.
And eventually it's going to be the Big Ten and the SEC versus everybody else.
It's, what is it in the NFL? 15
maybe. Could you get
14? Yeah, because you have 7 in each.
Yep.
Which it will go to 16
eventually. What about the NHL? What's that? Is that 16?
Yep. NBA 16.
Crazy. Half the team.
Baseball is, I think
they got those crazy
12.
playoff end games, whatever they have.
My thing is, if you keep expanding, then okay. But like Goodell's already talked about it with the NFL. I guarantee you, within 2 years, they'll play 18 games, and every team will play one game overseas. Well, so they'll have 16 games.
Right. Yeah. And abroad. I think they back the season. And I think what's going to happen, they're going to back it up to Labor Day weekend. College is going to back it up 2 weeks.
Yep.
Like mid-August.
Because here's my thing, and I know there aren't many people that well, I take that back. I think there are a lot of people that do care about this. The one thing about adding the 18th game, and especially if you add an extra bye week, which I think they should, and that's what the players are going to want, is you push the Super Bowl up to President's Day weekend. I've heard a lot of people say, why don't you play it President's Day weekend? That has been since the beginning of it. That's the Daytona 500. And I get it. NFL has more popularity than racing, but
can you move it to Saturday?
You could.
NASCAR's not going to do that though.
But
and I don't blame them.
No. But the thing is, you'd force NASCAR to move the 500.
Okay. Well, why not? If you move the season back to Labor Day weekend, if you go 18 games, you have 2 bye weeks.
You have to.
You look, there's 20 weeks right there. 20 weeks. Then the playoff extends 6 more weeks. So you're going to have to move it back.
Well, the playoff doesn't have to extend because if you add a team to the playoff, then it goes back to like it used to with the first 2 teams get buys.
Yeah, but you still got to account for that 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks of playing the playoff games.
Yeah,
including the Super Bowl. So it's going to take over. But I think you're going to start backing up. And I think,
do you think it's necessary to have the off week between the championship games and the Super Bowl?
If you ask Jeff Fisher, yes.
Well, you ask a lot of coaches, they say.
Yeah. Yes. All right. I think so. I get a chance to breathe. That's a lot. You're back, like the Patriots.
Okay, so you're
boom,
looking
boom, boom, week off.
So the playoffs take 5 weeks, right?
Yes.
So you're looking at 25 weeks.
Minimum.
Half
a year.
That's nuts.
Half a year.
So if you started,
but remember, half the league ends at 18 games, so they don't go on. So yeah, so maybe back it up. Look, I got no problem backing college football up to mid-August. What are we doing anyway? Camp.
Remember, Labor Day's later this year.
Yep, September the 6th.
Okay, so September the 6th would be the start. So, all right.
So there's some college teams that are going to start week 0, maybe the 22nd.
So
then there's the 29th, then there's the 6th, and on and on.
You got 5 weekends in November. So 13. All right, so the regular season would end January 17th.
There's no way.
You start the playoffs on the 24th or 23rd.
First, the wild card weekend.
Yep. 31st.
Divisionals.
All right. So all right. Wild card championship weekend is the 31st.
No, it'd be that's divisional. Wild card's 24th, divisional 31st.
So the February 7th is the championship.
And then give me 2 weeks.
And then so you're in President's Day weekend.
Yep. So you're battling with the Daytona 500, man. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. But they created this mess. They created all this mess together. They got to figure it out. So move it back. College now is like, we got to move it back and not to compete with them. NFL is going to have to eventually do that. And I think college coaches wouldn't mind I wouldn't mind college football starting August 22nd. I wouldn't mind it. We sit around August anyway.
Start at middle of August.
Yeah, let it go.
Move training in the NFL. Move training camp up to the middle of July. Instead of the last week of July.
Do you keep OTAs? Hell, half the guys don't show up anyway.
Yeah, they would have to collectively bargain this. And my advice to the players would be figure out what you truly want and get it.
Yeah.
Because they want this. The NFL really wants this.
Yep.
So you have, you have leverage, and there's some things they'd probably give you.
Right. There will
to make this happen.
And I think for colleges, get rid of spring practice.
Yep.
Have OT. You work out all through, have OTAs in May or June, release the guys for a little bit and come back. all these coaches like spring ball, man. It's in
Yeah,
March,
it's-
April. No,
yeah.
have OTAs, have them on campus during the summer. Because how they report now, the week after Memorial Day, you got in there, go through workouts because you're not allowed to have workouts with the coaching staff and do that. I mean, it's all evolving. Who knows where it ends up?
I mean, is there a rule too that you couldn't start college and the NFL on the same weekend?
I don't know if the college wants to compete with. I don't know.
mean, well, you wouldn't. I mean, you play one Saturday, one Sunday, just like you do every other weekend.
I'm with you, man.
I wouldn't. I'd be fine with
Well,
it.
what did John McClain say? That Labor Day weekend on that so many people are traveling on that Sunday. But I think if the NFL would, if you're going to NFL game, you're going to NFL game, whether
Yeah.
you're traveling or not.
Right.
It's that powerful.
I mean, the problem in all this, and Steven, hold on, we'll get to your call coming up next. All these leagues could figure it out. They just don't want to.
Right. Yeah,
just
you're
don't.
right.
They don't want to. 615-737-1025. We'll get to your calls and texts. Coming up next, Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game.
Hi, guys. Big Joe here. Listen, on this show, we talk a lot about men's mental health. We talk a lot about anxiety and depression, 2 words that can just wreck your life if you let them. And we talk all the time about going to therapy, how therapy changed my life. And I'm telling you again, I know some big bad men who go to therapy, and it's changed their life as well. They found gratitude. They've grown closer to God. It works. That's why we're so honored to be partnering with Unity Psychiatric Care here on the Chasing Big Joe show. Look, it's here to get you back on track and living the life you deserve. We talk all the time, going to therapy changed my life, and I want the same for you. Here's all you got to do. Just go to GameNashville.com, click on the Chasing Big Joe show. There, you will see a link for Unity Psychiatric Care and start taking back your life. It is private, it is secure, and it's confidential. No one has to know you're going. I just need you to reach out. And they got telehealth. I'm telling you, it works. And this is also important. You may be the one who notices one of your loved ones or a friend isn't doing quite well, and you could be that person to turn their life around. Sit down and talk to them. And then go to GameNashville.com, click on the Chasing Big Joe show, and then on the right is information for Unity Psychiatric Care. It works. I just need you to go, right? We love you guys so much. Help is just around the corner. Take back your life. And this is important. Please know you don't have to go through this alone. Once I figured that out, my life changed, and I want the best for you and your family because we love you that much. Again, go to GameNashville.com, click on the Chasing Big Joe show, and let the journey to wellness begin.
Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Tuesday. Talking about college football schedules, NFL schedules. Steven says he's got a solution. Steven, what you got?
Hey, thanks for taking my call. Good afternoon, guys. So I figured the issue, one of the main issues with the playoffs is that they try to incorporate or should I say conserve the traditional bowl games within them. What if you separate the playoffs from the big bowl games? That way you have the playoffs at the home fields, on campus games, and the Big Six or whatever you call them can be reserved for the first teams that are not in the playoffs. So this basically goes for any 12, 14, 16 team playoffs, what have you. And then at the championship game, now hear me out, the championship game is held at one of the Big Six sites, with the exception of, just like in the NFL, if there is a brand new NFL stadium, that stadium gets next dibs on the national championship game.
So you're saying basically go into a rotation with the New Year's Six, like they actually used to do it that way, instead of having a standalone.
Right. Instead of because having the New Year's Six games or the big bowl games incorporated into a nasty jumble of a team that wins the national championship gets 3 big bowl rings a year. Keep those on site. Make it just like in the NFL, and make it for the actual fans, for the students, and for the universities, and just have the national championship games at one of those big bowl sites. So that way one of those bowl games gets technically 2 a year. And like I said, incorporate a brand new NFL stadium whenever they do that. So just to keep things, I guess you could say fresh, things stay fair, and all the bowl games still get played, and players will probably not opt out as much if they still get the pageantry of a big bowl game, even though it's not the playoffs. It's kind of like you're still getting your own standalone in the spotlight game.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Thanks for the call, Steven. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Take care, y'all.
You too. What do you
Now
think?
my head hurts.
I know, but I
he
get
makes
what
good
he's saying.
points. Yeah,
I definitely get what he's saying.
Well, I mean, that's the whole point of look at the Rose Bowl, right? Who sponsors? Now you got the sponsors like the Sugar Bowl. Everybody's got a sponsor. They got money. Money's driving this. It's going to drive all this. So having sensible common sense through all this is going to work because it's all money.
4836 has the perfect answer, and there is not a better answer than this. Give all the schedules to my wife, probably most wives, and all scheduling across all sports will be resolved within the hour.
Right. Smart. That's right.
That is fantastic.
Yeah. Look, it's going to be something that's going to be until they try to figure out and get. I think there's just so many people that are talking about this that are part of the decision making. It's never going to be.
Do you think
unanimous?
Do you think if all the major sports leagues, so like I'm talking everybody. I'm talking the NFL. I'm talking baseball. I'm talking basketball, NHL, NASCAR, MLS, plus college football, college basketball, and I'll even throw baseball into there, all got together and basically said and got with the networks and the streaming services and here's what we're going to do. We're all going to work together and we're going to form a calendar that covers an entire year that we will ensure that there is a pro or collegiate sporting event every day of the year. And we're going to set our schedules where, yes, there's still a little overlap in some areas. I mean, obviously you're going to have basketball and hockey and, but there's still some overlap, but we're going to make this more universal and be better.
No,
they'll never do it.
No,
they'll never do it.
Too many people in the kitchen.
Right. But my question is, do you think we would actually like that?
No, I like it like it is now because we're used to it. Because right now there's only 2 days, right, where there are no professional sports being played in the year.
Right.
And
but the summer sucks.
Do you know what the 2 days are?
No.
Before and after the All-Star game.
Right. And that shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Honestly, that should not be a thing.
But I think we're used to it now. It's like, we're used to All-Star games in July.
But like I've
football starts in August.
Like one texter said, gets a step in NASCAR on the, with the Daytona 500. And I recognize that a lot of people are probably going to feel that way. I have always said NASCAR should start President's Day and be done by Labor Day.
Bingo. Done.
And done.
Okay.
And own the summer. Run some midweek races.
Yeah, you're right. You talked about this.
If I was running the schedule,
yeah,
I'd say here's what we're going to do, because
right.
This car is pretty universal now.
Yep.
You don't have to have a short track car and a speedway car and all that stuff anymore. Be like, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go run Thursday night at the fairgrounds. We're going to go run Sunday afternoon out at the super speedway. That's 2 races right there knocked out. We're going to go run a whole weekend. We're going to run, Thursday night and Sunday afternoon at Atlanta. Like, you could do some doubleheader weekends. And like, if you're sitting there going, well, would people show up? Yeah, I think they would. And especially when there's nothing going on. So like, if you own the summer,
right,
and you do some dates like that, you'd get a ton of people.
What about baseball owning the summer?
Baseball could do the same thing. Schedule doubleheaders. Have true Saturday, Sunday, day-night doubleheaders.
Right.
Or true doubleheaders, and actually have them on the schedule. And again, be done by Labor Day. Because once you get to football, you got to put your ego aside, and everybody needs to recognize football is king.
I told you this. I think baseball should end Labor Day. I know Dr. Crane and I have debated about this back and forth, but I think baseball should end.
Because you know what
I
found myself doing at times in the fall?
Crying?
Yes, but besides that, is as much as I love the Atlanta Braves, and granted they were out of it, I'd find myself watching Conference USA football on a Tuesday or Wednesday night.
Damn right you are.
Over baseball.
Thank you. Gotcha.
So
I got you. We got you.
Yeah.
We need to ring a bell in here. Ding, ding, ding. We got you.
And people keep asking, all right, what do you do about the preseason in the NFL?
Right.
None of the players want to play in it anyway, so just get rid of it.
Yeah, right.
College doesn't have it.
No, I think
at worst have one game.
I think you got to do a home and away, because I think you got to have every team deserves that. They're going to want that revenue.
Well, fine. Then do 2 games, 1 home, 1 away, and be done with it.
It's funny about the Conference USA you brought up. We were in Vegas. We're talking to people with Circuit Sports about Conference USA. He's like, oh yeah, we know all about Conference USA. I'm like, because I'm an idiot, dumb gambler. I'm like, how do you know about those? He's like, Tuesday night, Wednesday night.
Those books are packed.
Packed. I was like, oh, I get it.
That's why Maction is a thing.
Absolutely it is.
Because people will go bet on the MAC.
Because they'll be like, oh, there's 100 people in the stands, but those sports.
I know more about MAC teams than like certain conferences, the ACC, because I bet on the MAC.
Yep.
You're
exactly right, man.
That's the thing. So I don't know. It was a hell of a comeback win last night for the Predators. They were down 5-1 at the end of the first. I think it was at the end of the first.
You are correct.
And come back and win 6-5. 3 points out of a playoff spot. We'll discuss that coming up next. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Tuesday. Predators win 6-5 last night at Bridgestone Arena after being down 5-1 in the first period. Ryan O'Reilly, Steven Stamkos with a couple of goals each. And that was after Barry Trotz had announced his intentions to retire once a new general manager is found, which they hope to have by the draft. But you were there last night. Said the crowd gave him a standing ovation.
Standing ovation. Cool. The Blues were fired up for him. The first period last night might have been the worst first period I've seen for the Nashville Predators in a long time. I was sitting next to Max. It was down 5-1. They pulled Saros. Well, a lot of it wasn't his fault. I mean, I get it. They were but they looked lackluster. And the next thing you know, 5-2, 5-3, 5-4. And they were having fun. And I'm telling you, something clicked last night with that hockey team where now it's like, all right, we're down 5-1. We're going to win the game. I'm telling you, mental mindset of coming back and winning games like that is amazing. And 3 points out of the playoffs? So you play Minnesota tomorrow night, you play Washington. When you come back out of the break, you hit the ground going full throttle. But I'm still, I don't know. Again, I don't know a lot about Saros, but that's my only question.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, it's something they're going to have to continue to look at. I'll say this. It was a hell of a comeback. Awesome to see. You can't keep having the starts like this. Like, I know you made the joke earlier of they're better if they start the game down 2-0. Like,
right.
I mean, you can't keep doing it.
Didn't the Islanders have them down too? When they down like 2 or 3-0?
They've been down. I think they scored first against New Jersey. But I mean, you get a point against the Bruins. You get a point against the Devils. You come back, beat the Islanders. You come back, beat the Blues. So I mean, they're accumulating points. And you got 2 games before the Olympic break. I think it's now 7 games before the trade deadline. You're in the hunt. But again, and Barry Trotz was asked about this yesterday of kind of what his strategy may be at the deadline. And I think that you listen to everything, but the team is going to dictate what you do ultimately.
They can't trade O'Reilly now,
No.
right? Can they trade that one dude, the
Marchessault?
Yeah.
I would listen. I would definitely listen because I don't think it's worked here.
You said something yesterday. They're still paying Kyle Turris his salary.
Mm-hmm.
He's been gone since.
And Duchesne.
But Turris has been gone since like before the Ice Age.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been gone a while.
Well, that was how the buyout worked.
Okay.
So
must be nice, like Bobby Bonilla, just keep paying him forever and ever.
I mean, Turris is out of the league.
So you know who got the biggest? Yossi got a big round of applause last night when he announced. You know who else got a lot of screams from the crowd when he was in the starting lineup? Evangelista.
Yeah, he's become very popular. Become a very popular player. But, yeah, I mean, O'Reilly scores. So Neighbor scores first. O'Reilly ties it up. It's 1-1. And then Buchnevich scores 2 in a row. Broberg scores 1. Parayko scores 1. And all of a sudden they find themselves down 4 goals. And then Mike McCarron, Philip Forsberg, Ryan O'Reilly, Steven Stamkos. And they come back and win the game.
How many Stamkos got about? You know what I've never seen?
He's at 27.
Is like when you look at the top 10 goal scorers, the Predators never had a guy up there.
Mm-mm.
Maybe Forsberg one year. I don't know. I like to see guys in the top 10, like
what's
goal scoring, points.
What's going to be amazing to me is, and at the pace he's playing, I really think he can do it. Is we were at the beginning of the year thinking, like, is Stamkos going to hit 10 goals?
Right.
Is he going to hit 20? He may damn near get 40.
I mean, that wraparound last night was pretty badass.
Yeah. I mean,
flying around and zoom.
I mean, Forsberg's at 23. I mean, I would think he'd get past 30. Steven Stamkos probably gets to, I mean, I think he gets to 40.
Stupid question. The winter breaks come out, the Olympic breaks coming up. Can you send like Evangelista to Milwaukee to play?
Nope. There are, so they sent Fedor Svechkov a few weeks ago. I think that was to give him where he could play. They have to be they have had to have played a set number of games, I think.
Who's the young dude? the number 1 pick last year? Is he in Milwaukee?
Brady Martin. No, he's still with his junior team.
Okay.
He got sent back to juniors because he's 19 or was 19. And so the way the rules are set up, you either had to play with the big club or you had to go back to juniors. You couldn't go to the American League.
So we're not going to see him again this year?
You can't. Yeah, when his junior season's up, you could.
Okay.
But they may not do that because if he hits, I think it's 10 games, he burns a year of his contract.
Oh, well, don't do that then. I just look, if what's going to happen? They're going to win Wednesday night. They're going to win Thursday night. And then they got this momentum and then the break happens.
Yeah.
It's every time.
And I hate the break.
I
get it.
Drake too.
What's wrong with the Drake?
From Seinfeld?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
By the way, big announcement for tomorrow night hockey game. The Chase and Big Joe show, along with our esteemed award-winning producer, Dr. Crane, will be outside Barrel House from 6 to 7, signing autographs and taking pictures tomorrow night. We're going to be there.
All right.
Our friend Bill Wickett said, heck yeah, go do that. So
come by the 1025 the game set up and we'll be signing autographs.
Talking to the people.
Dr. Crane is uncomfortable signing babies, so please do not bring your baby for him to sign.
If you do, forehead's going to be tatted up with a nice signature.
That's it. With a big DC on there, Dr. Crane. But yeah, tomorrow, 6 to 7.
Are you going to sign it as Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier?
I will.
Okay.
I will. Not Nick Frazier, just Dr. Crane.
We got to get you a lab coat.
No, that's for you. I can't wear a lab coat.
You're a doctor.
Yeah,
but this doctor did radio, so this is perfect.
Yep.
Plus, lab coats, they don't look good on me. They look like I'm wearing like a bathrobe.
And we got to get you a stethoscope as well.
I think I have one of those.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you need to bring it tomorrow night. And we'll be set up. And then Chase a Big show with Dr. Crane being there. It's perfect. So we'll have a nice little crowd outside Barrel House tomorrow night.
I am CPR certified, so.
Are you?
I am.
I need to get that too as well.
I know a guy if you need it.
Get CPR certified?
Yeah.
They have those.
I know a guy. Is it like, do you get this in a back alley somewhere?
Is this will we have one here, the same scene from The Office when they do CPR? Which is one of the
cut off the face,
scenes ever in TV history. That'll be fun tomorrow night. So we'll get to see everybody. We were down there last night, saw a lot of people. It'll be fun tomorrow night. We'll go down there and hang out and have a guys' night out with the show tomorrow night.
Yeah, it'll be a good time. So come by, say hi.
Come by and say hi.
I don't know what we're gonna sign, but
yeah, that's all right. I got
you have some books.
I have no. It's not about me, but it's about us. Okay. It's the collective us. I got 3x5 cards. We'll hand out and give to people.
Okay.
Free pitch. I mean, tomorrow night is about the positivity in the community, and we'll take pictures and talk to people. Saw a lot of people last night. It was great. By the way, I'm totally consumed with my picture that fell out of the frame. It's driving me crazy over here.
Oh, that was your. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
We'll get it fixed.
Yep. I was trying to listen to you.
We'll get our maintenance team on it.
All right.
They'll fix it. Wait, that might be me.
That's right.
Well, I think you have it in backwards.
That's what she said.
Thank you. By the way, I was wrong. Thank you, 5787. The Preds were down 2-1 after the first, 5-3 after the second, and then battled back.
Was that what it was? Hell,
yeah.
I was there. I was so out of it that it was like, this is terrible. And they came back.
I was watching that and wrestling, and I was like, holy hell, they're coming back. So they did. Coming up next, we'll tell you what day it is and celebrity birthdays. Chase and Big Joe, 1025 the game. Chasing Big Joe 102.5 The Game on this Tuesday, presented by the Omni Nashville Hotel. And we'll be there Thursday. Should I go ahead and reveal our big guests for Thursday?
Why not? Everybody's invited to the
I'm
Omni.
excited about this. From 1 to 2 at the Omni Nashville Hotel, wrestling fans, Matt and Jeff, the Hardy Boys, will be doing that hour with us at the Omni at Barlines. So really looking forward to that. TNA Wrestling's coming up next week. There's a Comic-Con event this week that they're going to be a part of. So we'll have Matt and Jeff do an hour with us and hang out at the Omni.
It'd be fun, man.
Going to be really cool.
That's a nice little get there, Chaser.
Yeah, so excited about that. With that said, let's get to what day is it and celebrity birthdays.
Okay, first on the list, we have African American Coaches Day, American Painters Day, Doggy Date Night. All right. Elmo's birthday is today. Shout out to Elmo. National Carrot Cake Day. Love a good carrot cake. International Golden Retrievers Day. Four Chaplains Memorial Day. National Cordova Ice Worm Day.
Huh?
I don't know. National Missing Persons Day. National Patient Recognition Day. National Wedding Ring Day. Take a Cruise Day. The day the music died, hence why I played that earlier. National Women's Physicians Day. And last but not least, International Eggplant Day. So,
what is today the day Buddy Holly the crash?
it is.
I should know this. Pay more attention. I apologize for that.
It's all right.
All right, time for celebrity birthdays. As always, you got to get these within 2. Dr. Crane, you get to go first today. How old is Fran Tarkenton, former Georgia quarterback?
Didn't we just talk about him?
We did.
62.
I'm going to say 74.
86.
Wow.
Chaser, how old is Miami Dolphin Hall of Famer, quarterback, Super Bowl winner, Bob Greasy?
78.
77.
81. Dr. Crane, how old is former Boston Red Sox outfielder, Fred Lynn?
62.
72.
74. Chase is on the board with 1. Chase, how old is one of the greatest receivers of all time in the NFL, John Jefferson, Double J?
64.
60.
70. Dr. Crane, how old is Vlade Divac?
Played center.
He did. And hide and go seek.
I'm going to go 68.
64.
58. And I think he was involved in the Kobe Bryant trade. They
From
traded
the Bucks
from Charlotte.
or Charlotte.
Yeah. All right.
Who was
Chase,
drafted by the Bucks? That was a big deal.
Frank Cornett.
Kareem. Yeah. Didn't Kareem start with the Bucks
I
and
think
then
so.
go to the Lakers?
That's right.
Yeah.
Lou Alcindor.
Lou Alcindor. Yeah.
Chaser, how old is Blythe Danner? I think she's Gwyneth Paltrow's mom. Blythe Danner, famous actress.
82.
80.
83. Chaser's up 2-0. Dr. Crane, how old is Morgan Fairchild? That's the ticket. Morgan Fairchild.
76.
81.
76, dead on.
Nice.
Tied at 2. Chaser, how old is Nathan Lane?
70.
63.
70, dead on. 4-2. Chaser. Dr. Crane, how old is the actress Mara Tierney? She was in ER. She was in Semi-Pro. She was in that movie with Ben Affleck where they got caught in the storm.
58.
Who?
Mara Tierney. She's on ER.
Yeah.
TV show The Affair.
58.
61. He said 58. So no do-over there, Chaser. All right, how old? Chaser up next. Isla Fisher from the crazy redhead from Wedding Crashers. Bonus point if you tell me who she used to be married to.
I have no idea. 47.
52.
50. It's 4-3 now. She was married to Borat. Very nice. Very nice.
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Sacha Baron Cohen. All right, Nick, you're up. Lead guitar player of the Kinks, Dave Davies.
62.
72.
79. Chaser, how old is guitar player Lee Ronaldo of Sonic Youth?
56.
61.
70. Dr.
Jeez.
Crane, how old is country singer Matresa Berg?
70.
68.
62. Boy, this is close. It's 4-3. Chaser, how old is singer Daddy Yankee? He's on the list.
59.
Known for his song Gasolina. I think that goes up in the 62 range.
Is that a song?
Yeah, Gasolina.
From Daddy Yankee?
Yeah.
Look at you. He's 50.
It's on repeat in second grade.
Oh, nice. All right, here's the final one. Dr. Crane, you're down 4-3. Rapper Sean Kingston.
Sean Kingston, 47.
45.
36. And with that, Chaser wins 4-3. It's also Harry Heimlich's birthday. He's inventor of the Heimlich. Do you know the Heimlich maneuver?
I do. You stick the thumb inside of the belly button and then put your other hand on the pressure and then you just pop it right on up.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
That's what I was told.
I just thought you pick him up and squeeze as hard as you can.
I've actually saved 2 people's lives doing that.
Why are you just not telling us about this? I mean, you are a true Renaissance man.
Just
let me ask you this. Tomorrow night, 6 to 7 outside the Barrel House, the 1025 pregame setup. Can we get your picture?
you guys get it right now if you want.
I'm talking for average people.
Sure.
Good.
Why not? Yeah.
All right, we'll do that. There it is. So Chase wins 4-3 on celebrity birthdays.
Awesome.
We don't waste your time with celebrity birthdays.
No, we don't.
We get right to
No,
it, pals.
We don't.
You get it done.
Or
right
getting
there.
all our friends on the show because we can't get anybody else.
Oh, it's funny because
if
it's
you know,
true.
you know.
If you know, you know, right?
Yeah.
It's good to see rain outside too, by the way, today. Maybe that all that ice can go away. I still have ice in my driveway and my sidewalk in the neighborhood, and so maybe it's all cleared out there.
Ice is just everywhere.
55 on Sunday and sunny, pal.
I know. And well, it's 49 right now. I mean, it's raining. Like, so hopefully that's helping melt a lot of stuff. You know, so
Hopefully it does. It gets
I know
it
you
done.
just said that, but I'm just reiterating.
At least you're not you're fighting a frame over here left and right all show long.
I'm just trying to not get in trouble today.
Just don't do it, man.
That's what I'm
Don't
doing.
get in trouble. But no, we're excited about tomorrow night. Come by and see us 6 to 7 outside Barrel House. We'll be hanging out down there. And then,
The rare Wednesday night home game.
yeah, like a rare Wednesday night, Monday game.
Yeah.
They gave away jerseys last night.
Yeah, those look
People were
cool.
loving those last
Kind of the
night.
Team USA hockey jerseys, but with Preds or Nash on it, I guess it was.
Yeah, it says 98, so that was kind of cool. So again, tomorrow night, they got one Thursday, and then the break, man. Then Bridgestone will be a little quiet for hockey for a while.
Yeah. They'll have some different events going on there, I'm sure. But basketball, we got some basketball coming up.
We do next week, Virginia versus Ohio State.
Yeah. So I
Hot
think
dog.
we're gonna have the Virginia coach on next week.
All right, okay, good.
Yeah. So looking forward to
I'm gonna
that.
talk to them about maybe let's go down there and having a pregame speech with the Wahoos.
Every time I see Ohio State basketball, I think of Thad Matta. Was their coach for a long time.
He was
Had success.
Also, did Jerry West went to Ohio State, right? The
Did he?
NBA emblem guy, or did he
The
go to West
logo.
Virginia? Jerry Lucas. Who am I thinking of?
Jerry West is the logo.
He go to West Virginia or Ohio State? Look it up for me if you don't mind.
Jerry West went to
West Virginia.
hang on. Jerry West went to West Virginia.
Went to Ohio State? John Lucas, was that who that was?
I have no idea.
Who was the big guy that got drafted in 2000?
Greg Odom.
Greg Odom, yeah.
John Lucas went John Lucas the second.
I don't know.
Is that who you're looking for?
I don't know.
He went to Maryland.
What about John Lucas?
John Lucas the third.
Who's the famous Ohio State basketball player? Is it Havlicek?
He went to Baylor and Oklahoma State.
I'm looking this up. Before we got 1 minute. I'm gonna finish this out real quick. Famous Ohio State basketball player. I know there was somebody. Hold on. Come on, don't let me down.
Greg Odom.
Great, no. Jerry Lucas.
Jerry Lucas.
Led Ohio State to the 1960 National Championship. John Havlicek went there, too.
I
Herb
mean, I
Williams.
thought basketball Benny Adam Vingan might know that.
I got it right, man. I'm not as stupid as I thought I was. Love
I don't know if I'd go that far. That is going to do it for us here today. DVD coming your way next.
Hey, as we leave our show all the time, to the guys out there, if you are struggling, listen, I need you to go to therapy. I need you to go to therapy and talk to somebody. It'll change your life. It changed my life. And no matter what's going on, you're doing well. All right? Know that after all that's been going on, after all you've been through, you're still here. So I just want to tell you that right now. You're doing fantastic. Please know that. Please feed your mind positivity. Find gratitude. We don't quit. Remember, we don't quit. And know how wonderful you are. God's already given you the blueprint to succeed. That blueprint is you. All right? Know that we love you. And more importantly, more than anything else in the world, is that God loves you.
Amen to that. Peace, love, rock and roll. DVD next. And we're back at it tomorrow at noon right here on 102.5 The Game.